And over 97% of Eloquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eloquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eloquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eloquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eloquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eloquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Turnaround season is here, and for any upcoming turnaround projects, choose the experts at the Advanced Turnaround Group from Action Industries. The Advanced Turnaround Group provides unmatched experience in turnaround management, specialty welding services, and personalized attention. With 24-hour emergency availability, trust the Advanced Turnaround Group, whose entire careers focus on turnaround excellence. Learn more at actionindinc.com, the Advanced Turnaround Group, subsidiary of Action Industries.
At Rafinos, dinner is never just dinner. It's a celebration of life. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Rafinos blends Italian flavor with Louisiana soul, serving up perfectly cooked steaks, fresh seafood, and bold, familiar favorites. Executive Chef Patrick Trahan and his team craft every dish with care, and the curated wine list ensures the perfect pairing. Celebrate life, one bite at a time. Book now at RafinosRestaurant.com. Rafinos, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. If you missed the show, you can always check it out on demand at 1045ESPN.com, the 1045 ESPN app, or the After Further Review YouTube channel. AFR On Demand, brought to you by Breck Golf. Book your tee time today at golf.breck.org.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, June 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91. In hour one of today's show, we'll start to dive into the 2025 college football season, and at 8 a.m., Chris Doering joins the show. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it! 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! Welcome in Friday morning.
That was no energy.
That was a low
Wonder,
energy
what are we
over
doing?
there.
What?
I think I was Tay actually. That kind of
in me.
faded. It was like,
I actually thought all four of us
I
sounded
thought we
better
all
today than
sounded
yesterday.
great.
Yeah.
I heard what you heard.
I got bigger expectations
But
on
I get
Friday,
it.
I guess.
I get it. We need some NOS.
I thought I
Tay-Tay.
matched energy.
Can we DoorDash a 12-pack
Here we do.
of NOS for
He's
Tay-Tay?
got a big old Red Bull.
I got a Red Bull here, but I do the 12
Yeah,
pack
but
of
you
NOS.
know, sometimes
Yeah,
that NOS
he
is
do
what
be
you
needing
need.
a
A
NOS.
You know what I
12
mean?
pack of NOS would fuel up a tanker truck. That sounds awesome.
Or a Taylor.
Or a
yeah,
Taylor.
or a me.
Or a Taylor.
Or a me.
Oh, welcome in. It is Friday. Well, look, we'll get the weekend vibe going. It's only 7:02. By the time we get out of here at 10, it's going to have weekend vibes all over it. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tay, all here with you. How we doing? How we living, crew?
We doing good. Excited for the weekend. I feel like it's been a good week.
Now you got a work trip.
I know, I do have a work trip. I was really saying that for y'all. I'm excited for y'all's weekend. I got a little work trip tomorrow. So usually, figuring out the
quick one.
Real quick one. The first month of the job, this new gig, and figuring out you got to catch up on your sleep on the weekend. Not this weekend for you, boy. Not this weekend. Little work trip, but this was the trip. I know y'all made fun of me in May, before we started the show, how starting a new job, taking 2 weeks off the first month. Moved some stuff around. I was supposed to be out about 3 days this week.
You were?
No, sir. Committed to the game.
Hell
yeah. So you're not going to take time off then?
No.
I was supposed to be gone from Tuesday through Friday this
right
week.
now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Foxhole.
Foxhole. We moved it.
Dude.
Sacrificing that sleep this weekend. Going to be in and out.
So Monday.
This really is a wolf pack.
This really is a wolf pack. That's right. Yeah, so Monday's going to be a toughie.
Right. We'll get through it together.
And I got one of those situations where taking a flight Sunday night, coming back. So I'll keep you updated.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even put that into the air. Don't pull an Alondra.
I'll be in Orlando, too. So it's like, it's not one of those places you can just flights canceled. Let me just get a car and drive back. I could.
Yeah. A lot of people drive to Orlando, but they're trying to go to the Disney.
Right.
You're trying to get back to work. Not as maybe motivated as, when the mouse is the destination.
There was this one time, our rookie year in GB, 2008. We're flying up there, and all those rookies were going to training camp. It was either mini camp or training camp. We were out of town, flying back to.
Yeah.
So they book your flights for the day before you're supposed to report.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably 12 of us. And back in the day, you had to go. There was no direct flight from Atlanta to Green Bay, so you had to go Baton Rouge.
I can confirm, as someone who flew into Green Bay, Appleton this last spring, not a lot of options.
Yeah, there's way more now than there used to be. When I first couple years there, I had to go Baton Rouge to Atlanta to Detroit, Detroit to Green Bay.
That's fun.
So at that point, we get there and it's 9. Our flight from Atlanta to Detroit was delayed. So we get there, we land in Detroit, and it's 12 minutes to take off or whatever. So we're all running, hauling ass. We get there, they had just closed the door to the plane. They're like, sorry.
Yeah.
Next flight's tomorrow. We're like, well, nobody here has a guaranteed spot on this roster. So
as a seventh round pick, they selected a quarterback in the second round. You're probably like,
Yep. We had to end up renting a couple of cars and driving from Detroit to Green Bay.
How long's that?
I don't remember. Longer than you want it to be.
Okay.
Longer than that flight was.
Yeah, that's very fair. You made it though.
We made it.
And you made the team.
Made the team. Not all of them did.
Oh wow.
Not all of them in that car did. R.I.P. But yeah, that will not be me Sunday. Just a little sidebar there.
Yeah, no, and you'll drive. Mm-hmm. You'll take an airboat here in the Gulf of America if you have to.
Have y'all opened YouTube yet this morning?
No.
Everybody's usernames are completely different. Ours too.
Hold up.
Sweet.
Can't figure out what the hell. I'm at Taylor Sharp 6010.
Is mine I
don't know. Alondra's is different. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Mine Freight Train 13.
Hey, that'd be cool.
What is mine?
That was my AIM name.
I'm very confused.
I have not opened it up yet. I'm about to do it right now. I'm kind of excited. It's like a little spin of the wheel. See what your name is.
I mean, everybody's name's the same. It's just an @ sign and then random numbers behind it.
Anyways, can't get to pull up. Alondra, how we doing?
Doing well.
Where you going? Where are you going on vacation this weekend?
A weekend where I'm not doing anything. Finally, that was just kind of bad timing, I guess. But so, do y'all remember when T-Bob was last here, and he was packing all his stuff up.
Yeah.
And he took my
He's
headphones.
walking around barefoot.
Yes, and he
Yep.
took my headphones with him.
Right.
And this entire time, I was blaming myself. I just thought of this morning. I was blaming myself, right?
Yeah, because you're like, I put him on his desk.
Yeah.
And he was packing stuff
Yeah,
up.
I was like, that's on me. I put him on his desk. He probably thought they were his and like threw them in the box, right? And then I just remembered that we talked about it this weekend. I was like, dude, I just saw Caitlin like last week or whatever, and he was like, yeah, the headphones, I'm really glad you got them back. And I was like, yeah, that was totally on me. Like, I left them on the desk while you were packing.
Yeah.
And he was like, actually, I saw an extra pair of headphones and I just put them in there. So it's not actually on you at all. And I was like,
stole them.
yes. I was like, okay, so you let me think this entire time until just now. Like, this whole time I was blaming myself. I was like, that's on me for
I
the
can get it
headphones.
back to you, that type of thing. Yeah.
He took them on purpose.
Yeah.
Just a little
parting gift.
Just a little parting gift for time served.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Little severance.
So, but yeah, no, feeling good anyways. Because I left them again on that same desk when I was talking to y'all yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And so it made me think of that when I went to go grab them this
Right.
morning. I was like, man, freaking T-Bob.
Felt real professional yesterday. We got a lot of stuff done.
We did. We sat at a desk.
Had a conference call.
Talked about the future.
Did a commercial. Did talk
did.
about the
Talked
future.
about the future.
We did.
Talked about
We
the
did.
future.
Like,
Still got to email that commercial. Thanks for the reminder.
whoa.
Oh,
I do that right
They
now.
kind
Where
of
your
needed it
feet
yesterday,
are.
didn't they?
No, that was the other one. I did
Oh,
two yesterday.
I emailed that one.
Wow, look at us. We can never say we're not
Radio
locked in.
pros. I mean, you kidding me? Less than a month on the job. We're doing,
Yeah. How we doing besides being a little tired, boy?
Are we good?
You're
We're
good?
Just found the energy. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I'm good.
I think we started talking about Nas and your ears perked up a little
I'm
bit.
actually breaking a little sweat now.
Got
Like,
a little
it's-
excited, a little
yeah.
hot and bothered, if you will.
We're ready to go.
Fair enough.
It's that fire intro to this show.
It's so fire.
It kind of just like juices me up a
I
little bit.
love that
I
intro.
do like the announcer whenever you completed the pass to Burr was like, boom. I like
Yeah.
It's a
that.
good one. It's a good drop.
I got to be honest.
Mike
I kind of
Patrick-
like it better than the sabotage one.
I can't get rid of sabotage.
I know. I don't want to get rid of it. I
gonna-
love it, but I kind of like it
What's the
better than
like? Wait,
Sabotage.
is it just the music that's different?
And the like words that she's saying.
Yeah.
But I think the highlights are the same.
Oh, okay. I
Maybe.
got you. Big voice lady.
Where's
Acting
Big
like-
Voice Lady from?
I don't know, acting like number 7 in the country.
Wait, did I
wasn't
not
good.
send y'all the right? Did I not?
Yeah,
Did I
hang
not
on.
send y'all her Instagram?
She local?
No, she's like in LA.
Yeah, something like that.
What?
I thought I sent y'all her Instagram because she's like her IG is very interesting.
And if
You
I'm,
did.
if
Her
I'm
name's
not,
definitely-
Ice. She
you
goes by
definitely sent it.
Ice.
naturally, who doesn't?
And she was on what's the game show that what's his name?
Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I know the exact show
The
you're
game
talking about.
show.
Find it.
What's
Find
his
it.
name? L.A.
Wayne Brady.
Who wants to make a deal?
Yes, so she was on that show too.
Okay.
She
Like
she
doing
goes
voice
by
stuff?
No, she was like a participant on it. But
contestant.
she does do like a bunch of she's a DJ also, so and she goes by Ice.
Like my thoughts are this: we couldn't find someone in Louisiana.
Actually,
feel like we should have auditions.
in
like
fairness, I don't think the voice guy was from here either.
Yeah, I
No,
think we
no.
just like
So
we should have
if
auditions from
like
listeners.
Elantra, you would know this way better than anybody else. So Matt wants everybody's voice to be consistent. Like he
Yeah.
wants it. Okay. I got a friend, an
I mean, we
actor
can
friend
ask.
that I really think would crush it.
Who?
Shane West. You'll know him when you see him. Don't worry. You don't
I'm
know
like
names.
I know my wheels were turning too.
But he's got a great voice. He's done hype videos for LSU in the past.
Ooh.
Let's go.
So I'm like, if we can get him to do our show and we stand alone, but we might get shut down because they want the same big voice on every show.
Sure.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
All right.
I mean, we're
It's true.
Louisiana channel. We should probably have some.
Yeah, that's
Louisiana
the
auditions.
angle. That's the angle
Is-
that we. He's from Louisiana
Is he from
originally.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to be local.
And then if,
I got a sales
if Matt
rep.
pushes back, we can be like, you hate Louisiana? That's
Yeah.
weird.
Wow.
I like this.
He's also on vacation, so we could just change it all
I
real
love
quick.
this as well.
Mhm.
And what is it? Ask for forgiveness, not
Yeah.
permission.
Exactly. All right.
We get it, Matt. You saw the L.A. You thought it meant Louisiana, but it doesn't.
Could mean Lower Alabama.
He's a left coaster.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really liking this.
Great.
Moscona's a left coaster who hates Louisiana.
That's crazy.
Who doesn't want us to be unique.
By the
Elitist.
way,
Wow.
He's an elitist.
I appreciated it. You sounded country as hell saying left coaster.
Well, if you're saying left coaster, you got to
Which
put
I
a little
love it.
twang
It sounds
to it.
better that way.
You got to put a little twang to it when you say
Left
that.
coaster.
Oh, man. All right, let's take our first break of the show. We'll get this thing started when we come back. It is OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
One of those meetings that we had yesterday was with Pelican Roof. Man, I mean, first class all the way. Really enjoyed our conversation, catching up with them, seeing what they've got going on over there, which is always things to help you out. Like the instant roof quote, okay? You put in your address, it's going to get an outline of your roof at your home or your business, give you an idea of what it's going to cost right there, like on the website. Incredible tool. Financing options, right? Right there on the homepage. I know Matt's going to tell you about those different things coming up. In Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, they have offices in both. We're not talking about driving back and forth. We're talking about being there, feet in those communities. Go check it out online at pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, offices in Baton Rouge and Lafayette. Financing. Go to their website, see how they can help you. For qualified buyers, 0% up to 21 months. Residential, commercial, whatever it is, go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com.
For those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, as we get this thing started, thanks to GoFlow IV Spa, which you can find on Facebook. GoFlowIV.com is the website to go to, right on Jefferson near Bocage. Book your appointment today, again, at GoFlowIV.com.
Get hydrated, get vitamin infused, get vitamized.
There you go.
I think
Well
this
done.
is a term catching on. It's catching fire throughout Louisiana. Go check them out, GoFlowIV.com.
All right, for today, to get this thing started, we're actually going to go back about 6 years, okay? Because, look, we want some juice. We want some Louisiana grit into this show. So this is an audition for my guy. Now, he has not agreed to do this. I don't know what it would cost, but I'm going to go ahead and put him on the spot. Here's who we're trying to become the new big voice guy of OTB. Here is the voice of Shane West.
It's that second when you wake up. And sometime between the moment your eyes open and your feet hit the floor, realizing it's here.
And it will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
It's that feeling. It's Christmas morning and the first day of summer, and it's just a hint. The fall breeze is being a kid again. It's packing up the ice chest and firing up the grill. It's Spirit and Sunshine and Victory Hill. It's stopping by Mike's Cage just to say hello. It's 4 familiar notes and 0 chance of rain. It's screaming for the Tigers all night and coming home with a sore throat. It's the glory of the purple and gold. Victory for LSU.
Pressure off the corners, deflected and intercepted. This is going to be a touchdown for Jacob Phillips. Got it. Complete to Derek Dillon. Dillon on the run. Can they get it? Unbelievable. Another interception. Dolphin picks that off. Birds. Touchdowns are starting already. The stadium starting to shake. The Tigers take the field.
All right, what do we think?
Oh, I think the video's amazing. Wow, the voice, really good. I don't know if it was booming enough, though.
What do you want? Screaming?
It's a little.
Well, the audio,
it
the
was
music
good.
overshadowed the voice there. We probably we got to do the, like
when
the
we
flip
were
the knobs.
I know
stuff.
when we were doing those in 2019, it was fun, man. We get like a big group of us on Tuesdays, and we'd all meet over there on the Ponderosa, and we'd start talking about videos. Maybe it was Mondays. We talk videos and like voices and like who's gonna narrate this video, and in that process, like it was okay. The music real loud up in here. You got to turn this one down, volume up a little bit. So it was a working. That was actually the first one of the long line of 2019 hype videos. That was actually the first one out of the gates. Was that one?
What that was the
initial
start the season
2019
week one.
and they
that
continued
one
on.
was good, dude. The music on that one was fire.
I'm in only because like now I'm ready for football season.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I'm blacked out halfway through.
I'm so ready.
Like I'm ready to go.
I got some chill bumps there listening to the music.
You want to talk about finding the juice on a Friday?
Found
it.
juice.
Found
There
it.
is. Should we just like come back and just play a hype video from 2019?
Every segment, play it again.
Play it
Let
Instead of all music, it's a hype video.
Not doing. Oh man.
Did you do? You've done a hype video, huh? Narrated?
I did Florida 2017 maybe, something like that. Like it's been a while. You done one?
I want to say I did one in 2019. I did one, and talk about like kind of being awkward doing those things because you just have to record it in your phone, like in your closet of your house.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I
could
did
have come up here and done it.
I should have, but obviously I didn't. But I was talking to them. They're like, all right. I would send them the recording. They're like, all right, do like inflect this part a little bit different. And yeah, I was just in the closet at my house, talking to my phone. My kids are like, Dad, what are you doing in there?
They're like in the background, in the background of the video. You just hear Dad
scratching at the door.
Yeah, they need to let Team OTB do one this year.
Dude,
Ooh, that'd be
lit.
Let's do the Florida game. That's early this year too.
I don't know.
Has a girl ever done one?
Oh yeah.
Who did it?
I know Kaylee Hartunk's done one. She did one in 2019. I know that for sure.
I feel like that would be so cool.
So, just let Team OTB do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll direct each other. We're like, hey, that sucked. You need to do that again.
Yeah.
Can we write it? We should write it ourselves.
I don't know that they want you writing.
There'd be too many curse words if it was Florida week.
I don't think they care about that.
They gotta care a little bit.
I don't know if I've heard one with it. Does it matter? Probably not.
Well, I'm saying like one of the cuss words we can say here. If we can say it here on radio, we can say it in a hype video. I'm not saying we're out there, don't celebrate it.
Mother effing.
It's Florida week though, so I'm worried about one of you pulling the LFG.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be the least
for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
When I was a captain, Jaden's last year when we beat Alabama, so I was a guest captain. And at that time, like the guest captains at the PMAC beforehand at the L Club and like the big where the band goes and plays at the PMAC before the game, like all the DS captains had to speak, like microphone, like give a hype video. And it was me. I can't remember who. It was me, Whitworth, and somebody else. We were the captains, and like it's Alabama. The juices are flowing. Jaden's on this. It's everything's going crazy. So I get there, and so we're there, and a lot of tailgating.
Yeah.
A lot of feeling good. A lot of juices flowing from, spirits to intensity. And your boy gets the mic, and I'm definitely cursed. Definitely.
In the PMAC with all the children?
Yeah, in the PMAC. No F-bombs or anything, but I was fired up. I think I got the juices flowing, though.
Did you say something that would have gotten you kicked out of a College World Series game?
No.
Okay.
No. It was all good. It was pleasant. It was just intense.
Yeah.
It's what everyone was thinking.
I don't know. I think I've been a captain once. It was me. I think it was me, Dick Dixon, and Benny Logan. I think it was 2017 Florida, maybe something. 2018. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was Florida. So they had the all the 18s kind of came back. That was been in 2018 because it was like that was the year.
That
2018.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. That would make sense. Like, was it every home game the 18s were coming back?
No, there was one game that we all came back. I'm bad at remembering which game it was, but we all came back, and then me, Benny Logan, and Dick Dixon were the captains.
Yeah, that's fun. Let's see.
Didn't you wear a Gator Hater shirt?
I wore a Gator Hater shirt. So
on the field to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I've been guest captain 3 times now, and proud to say 3-0. 3-0 as captain. Some say, I could have a pretty big hand in that. Let's see, it was 2017, Auburn, right? We were both guest captains there because that was our 10-year reunion.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I think there's I may have been 4 times then because there was a Florida game, but the Alabama game, and was it 22?
I know for sure there's a Florida game because I have a picture of you in the locker room with a Gator Hater shirt on with a beverage in your hand.
Yeah. Okay, so then it's been 4 times then, so 4-0. So let's see, was it 22 Alabama overtime? Was that 23?
It was 22. So it was.
Yeah. There we go.
Kelly's
first 23. We went to Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. So 22. My fault. Yeah. So I was guest captain at 22, and then I was this past year, against Ole Miss.
Oh, you were this against Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Well done.
Mm-hmm. Every time, underdogs, baby.
We're gonna need you. How many home games we got?
7.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're gonna need
7.
You 7 times to go out there. It's gonna be a little repetitive, but we're gonna need you. Gonna need you to go out there.
Well, I think they always try to have like some sort of theme usually to it. So they usually try to bring back old quarterbacks, right? They've tried to get all the national championship quarterbacks together for one, like to be captains at once. It's kind of hard.
So Warren Rabb, you, Mock, Burrow.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to work around Burrow's schedule a little bit. You know, he's kind of doing stuff on the weekends these days. But we've got, let's see, it was me and Warren Rabb this past year.
Yeah.
Mock couldn't come, but Mock had come
what
to
was Mock doing?
I don't know.
Cleaning
dude.
teeth?
Cleaning teeth.
Oh, Matt.
Flossing people.
What are we doing here? He's the team dentist for the Broncos, if y'all don't know. Doing okay for himself. When we come back.
Someone said in the chat, why is Matt's head just floating in the studio? Because I got a camo shirt on. You get it.
When we come back, I want to give you like a schedule of kind of what's going on right now. And because we're talking football, playing a football highlight tape. Want to talk about a schedule like of what it is right now for these players, kind of what they're going through, what their day-to-day is as they get ready to take on Clemson. It's going to be a little bit different in college football than it is in the NFL. In the NFL, it's certainly, kind of relaxed right now. You don't have a whole lot going on. Sometimes people aren't even there training yet with the team. It's not the case in college. So we'll kind of give you a behind-the-scenes look of what they're going through right now. We'll do that when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website. Not only in Central, though, we're talking the greater Baton Rouge area. If you've got an issue, they can help you 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day services, 225-925-8552. But not only in emergencies, if you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking to remodel at your home, at your business, if you're looking to go tankless with a tankless water heater, they can help you out. You call that same number, 225-925-8552. And again, always online at centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, if you're building a new house, building a shed, or renovating your current home, whatever it is, whatever your plumbing needs are, they can handle it, whether it's water lines, gas lines. But one of the most important items I have in my house is the tankless water heater because it never runs out. Got 3 kids. They can all take showers. We can do the dishes. Whatever it is, that water never stops. That hot water keeps on coming. Go see what they can do for you today. Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Bayou Ford is taking $11,000 off MSRP with 4.9% for 60 months on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning?
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Right now is a key part of any team trying to get ready to go make a run. It is the summertime. It is summer workouts. It is when, in my belief, the team comes together or they do not. It is all ball all the time. You're taking, like, unless you're Flynn and drop out of it, you're taking like a summer session class. That was a winter session. That was just a little stray. I apologize.
Dropped out of plenty of summer school classes. Don't worry.
If you're taking summer session, look, you got a little bit of school going on right now. Some guys aren't even taking it. I mean, it's not something that's in absolutes or anything, but most guys are taking like one little, summer session class. But it's all about football. And it is about how can we get better individually and also as a team. And it's the only time that it's pro-like because you're at the facility all the time. Like, you're not bebopping around, going back and forth, going to school, going to class, going to different things. Like, you are integrated in the football operations building, and you get a chance, and certainly, like, for Flynn being a quarterback, like, he gets, like, the ultimate chance to kind of bring everybody together. It was always my favorite time. Now, was it easy? No. Was it fun? Not really. But you knew what you were doing, and you knew what you wanted to try to get accomplished. And so, like, that's what's going on right now. And I told y'all the other day, they're not shying away from it being Clemson opening game of the season, knowing they've gone 0 for their last 5. Like, there's messages of going 1-0 all over the place where I don't remember seeing that in years past. And so they're attacking it a little bit differently. If you are a late riser, you're running at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't even know if that's
we would have struggled
anymore.
In this day and age. We would have struggled a little bit because they practice in the morning.
Yeah,
we were we were afternoon worker outers, buddy, and but we never had practice in the morning. I love their schedule now. Like, as an adult, like, is amazing because they get it done in the morning. They got the rest of the day. They don't have to, like, you remember, especially during training camp. It's you get there. And you know what's coming, like, the whole time you're in meetings. So, like, you're trying to study and you're going through the film, you're looking over, what you're installing that day in practice. But in the back of your mind, you got this little devil on your shoulder saying, you're about to get crushed. You're about, like, it's going to be hot. It's going to be miserable. Yeah. Like, they at least just get that out of the way.
You're about to see the devil.
Yeah, exactly. They get that out of the way now, but also the temperatures are a lot better. They can probably get a lot more accomplished.
For sure.
Constructive. Like, this time of the year is certainly where the good teams kind of gel, and you get that you have it's time away from the coaches, so the leadership really shines right now.
Yeah,
like, you can go back to, we always are going to fall back to when we were there because that's our experience. That's what we know. Like, the really good teams had really good summer workouts, 7-on-7 schedules, and then I think after that, when the leadership, couple of years after that, and whatever, maybe it's not as strong here and there, but it's all about your leaders, and that's when you really gel, like, because the strength coaches are there not only to make you physically strong, but they're to make you spiritually and mentally strong.
Yes.
And so, like, you either come together stronger or you break a little bit.
Do you remember the time that we all got in trouble because we scrimmaged Southern in 7-on-7?
Oh, my God.
And it's like completely against the rules at the time. You're no way supposed to do that. And I think it was Jamarcus that put it together. But it was fun for us because we're like, oh, my God, we got another opponent. Like, we get to see different faces. And we did it on the practice fields, if I can remember right. But we scrimmaged Southern in 7-on-7. It was like a player-led, driven kind of meetup thing. And, oh, my God, did we get in trouble.
I think Michael Clayton was, like, helping put that together, too, at one point. And that's – can I tell you, that sucker got competitive. All right, we talking arguments, we talking fights. Yeah, of course that's going to happen. Yeah, we got our ass chewed after that.
Yeah, wasn't good.
You know,
it was not that Jimbo was out there watching because he wasn't supposed to be.
So there's this in the indoor. Is it still there? They had this little catwalk.
Yeah.
So at the end of the coaches' hall, so the coaches' floor, all their coaches' offices are on the second floor. Locker room, weight room, everything else is on the bottom. So like all the administrative stuff happens up on the second floor. There used to be a long hallway that went by all the coaches, and at the end of it was a door. And that door, you walked out, and probably, I don't know, a 10 by 5 foot little balcony that they maybe 10 by 5. It was small, just a little catwalk with a little fence on it, or handrail, and they could see the entire indoor facility.
Yeah.
Well, in the summer, you're not allowed to
At
coach.
all.
Coaches can't be on the field with players for 2 months or 7 weeks, something like that. Well, we have 7-on-7s, and Jimbo wanted to make sure we always happened to do it in the indoor, Every now and then we would
he hated because
we'd be running, and then we wouldn't even know he's there sometimes.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, Flynn, what are you doing?
The best is like he hated that we had to move it from the stadium when we built the new building, because in the stadium there were so many places for him to hide. So many that he could hide and you wouldn't know that he was there. I remember being a freshman and we're going out there, and Jamarcus is kind of leading it, him and Imran and you, because like the quarterbacks had to kind of do it. But I'll never forget, like Jamarcus throws a pass to Buster Davis, and Corey Webster sits on it all day, steps in front of it, picks it off, goes the other way, and I hear, God blink Jamarcus from like the top of Tiger Stadium. I mean, clear as day. No, I didn't say blank. He put another word in there. But I was like, wait a minute. I thought they weren't supposed to be able to come out here and watch it. I'll never forget Jay Russ goes. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
That's all I said. They're everywhere.
They're always listening.
Oh, so hopefully they're not trying to scrimmage other teams in 7-on-7. But I will say one of the things that I think is beneficial for this group as they get ready for the season, and I'll just talk offensively because I know who's coming back. I kind of know the process of when you have a returning quarterback. The good thing is, like last year, it was, the install is going to be different. This year, you've got veterans on your offense. Now you've got a new offensive line, but they've been here. And even the guys you brought in are veteran players. So I don't think you have to go all the way back to, hey, here's day one install. And you don't have to spend a lot of time on that kind of stuff because you've got quarterback, running back, receivers. You got veteran tight ends. You got even the offensive linemen who are new to playing. They've been here before. They've gone through the fire in that bowl game scenario where they got 15 practices. And so I always hated having to go back. And when we say day one install, every year this happens at the next level too. You got rookies coming in, and think about it. This offense inside and out. You've been doing it for 4 years. It's like a part of who you are. And then you got new people that come in, and it's like, all right, we're going to start all the way back at the top, like on the most base surface level that you can imagine. It sucks. You're sitting there as a veteran player like, my guy, I already know how to code this offense, and we're going all the way back to how to set up the keyboard. Like, what's going on here? I hated it. I felt like it was 4 or 5 wasted days of what I was trying to get done. They don't have to do that offensively for LSU. They'll do some. They'll go back. Yeah. But it's like, this is like, we're hitting the ground running. Nussmeier knows this. Y'all know this. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but on the other hand, I think it's always important to kind of go back on the foundational things that your offense is built upon, because everything that you do comes off of those first 3.
So you
4
enjoyed
days.
the how to huddle meetings that Jimbo had at the beginning of every year?
Well, how to huddle, that's a little extreme.
All right, so the S going to sit right here. The H going to sit right here. All right, the X, the Y, the Z, everybody going to go right here.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about the how to huddle in a while.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
I
right.
know.
Okay, so I don't like that. But this is what I do like. I like, and maybe not from a running game standpoint. Like, I get it that base, 2-back zone, power, whatever. Like, I understand from a running back's and a fullback's perspective, like that is a little bit annoying. But from a passing game perspective, if you can do the basic things really well, that is a huge weapon for you during the entirety of the season, because it's something you can always fall back on, especially in like no huddle 2-minute situations. Some of the best games that I ever saw played by Hall of Fame quarterbacks have been when something doesn't always go right with the game plan.
Yeah.
Because like you always try to game plan against a defense every single week. You put in different plays, blah, blah, blah. It's when those things break down and don't work and you have to fall back on day 1 and 2 install offense. And then it's like, all right, we know this like the back of our hand. So we can run this. We can beat any defense with it. So I love the basics of passing game. And then
Not the running game?
No,
the run game?
Never run, dude.
You like a little 44 zone extra?
Never run.
Wow.
You ever, what's the Will Ferrell basketball movie, Tropic Thunder?
Yep.
Where they run the puke play?
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to run this, super basic, but at the end of the day, when you're tired, you can run the puke play.
Yep.
And that's what day 1 and 2 install is for me in the passing game. It's especially like in 2 minutes. You get into 2-minute situations. I mean, there's only a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of plays that you can call or run, and they're all, slant flat, double slant, smash route, all go hinge. There's only a couple drive plays, whatever it is. There's only so many plays you can get to. But you know what? There's only so many defenses they can get to as well.
Right.
And most of those plays on day 1 and 2 installs have winners or have concepts for each play.
Or you can just be like Jimbo, run 92-93 win in all those situations.
Let's just do it 3-4 times in a row.
It'll work every time.
Every time. Why not?
So Jimbo, and I'll see if I can actually have the playbook. I'll see if I can flip through it for our listeners.
Yeah, you
see if I can maybe like just take a picture of it and Taylor can put it behind us.
Oh, you certainly had that 2005 playbook.
I know. I brought it up here one day to show T-Bob, and we went through it. So in any situation where it was like game on the line, got to have it, Jimbo had this route combination that he called win, W-I-N, to go win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like for me, I think we ran it 3 times. I know for sure we ran it in 2006 at Tennessee.
Yeah, it was a 3-by-1, like triple 3 receivers breaking ends at different depths and stuff.
And I think Jamarcus was trying to throw it to somebody else, but I forget which receiver caught it. Maybe it was Early. Early Doucette caught it, 2006 at Tennessee. That was if we had a gotta have it situation, that's what Jimbo's throwing. We got it. We'll go get the diagram.
It's win, volunteer, Pam stick, a lot of stuff. But going back to kind of the Penn Indy, going back to the schedule and everything, like this is that time, but they will probably get at least a week or so off right before training camp. It's like recharge those batteries. Like just go get your mind off it for a second, like physically, and there's not that much you can do to your body like in a week physically. But mentally, you can make a huge difference because it's a grind, man. Once you start,
once you come back, it's
once
over.
you come back, it's over. It's a mental grind. So they want it at every level, even at the NFL. Like NFL, you get like a month off.
Yeah.
From mini camp to training camp, you're out of town, man. You don't stay there. You're out of town. That's when that's when guys take their trips, spend with their family, and just mentally get ready for the push, mentally get ready for the grind. Hayes in the barn, that's from like an off-season standpoint. Of course, you're expected to continue to work out and be in shape and ready to go. But, I always enjoyed that moment, like the calm before the storm after the summer workouts were done, where it's just like, man, go take a breath for a second. You got that little, like, again, the devil on the back of your on your shoulder saying, you're about to go through it here in a couple of days, but get ready, clear the head, come back, get ready to kick some Clemson ass.
I remember being gone, like we had like Flynn's talking about, like 7 days. You're done with summer workouts, go home, hit clear, come back. And I was with my family at Mr. Gaddy's Pizza in Shreveport. And remember during that 7-day period, Moffitt would check in on every player. He calls me, my phone's on the table. I'm trying to get some pizza at the buffet. My mom answers it. It's like, hey, coach. I was like, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're at Mr. Gaddy's Pizza. And I was like, no. He just told our strength coach we're at Mr. Gaddy's Buffet Pizza. After all this work that we put in. I was like, and I get on the phone and Moffitt's like, I got you, didn't I? And just like ripping me, being,
you're never allowed
truthful,
to answer my phone again.
Yeah. He's like, I got you. He did. Caught me red-handed.
Remember what they used to do when the guys that didn't have enough body fat at the beginning of training camp? If you're like under 5% body fat, they just give you a pint of ice cream every night.
Bluebell ice cream. Yeah, I was on that regimen when I first got here because I was like 207.
Coach Nader would be like, hey, what kind of ice cream you like?
Hey, fellas, what kind of Bluebell ice cream do you like? We got cookies and cream. We got vanilla.
I got ice cream one training camp for a little while. Then after that, body fat never got
real fat ass. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Well, you know what? During training camp, you know what you're going to need? Some cold tubs. You're going to need some hot tubs. You're going to need a little R&R. Russell Pools knows exactly how to do that for the Tigers. They can do whatever you need, right? When it comes to, hey, this is what I'm dreaming of in my backyard space. This is what I want. I want to add this, that, and the other. They can do this, that, and the other. They can do it in the design. Right, it's a one-stop shop, construction, maintenance, retail. They do it all over at Russell Pools. You go to the website, russellpools.com. Give them a call, 225-464-5430.
Yeah, Russell Pools, they have been the name in the Baton Rouge and South Louisiana area when it comes to pools, beautiful pools, luxury pools, whatever you want. If you can dream it, they can design it, they can build it, they can maintain it. 2 landscape architects with their company. Go to Russell Pools, see their gallery, see what they can do for you. RussellPools.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute.
I can't go any further than this. Ooh, I want you so badly. It's my biggest wish.
Cool. I spend my time just thinking about you.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Hey girl, what's up? It used to be just me and you. I spend my time just thinking about you. Every single
We had a Black Eyed Peas Friday like not that long ago, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But I don't think I played this one.
I didn't know
I
who
don't
this
care if you
was,
did.
actually.
Yeah. It's Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, there it is.
But I think it's because you were singing a Black Eyed Peas
Yeah.
song, and then it made me want to play it.
Yep. Boy, I think about you every night.
Yeah, it was that one.
I got a good voice. Some would say
Voice of
it's a
an angel.
combination of
Yeah.
Fergie and Jesus.
Yeah, well, speaking of Black Eyed Peas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when she's singing the national anthem.
Yeah. That was not very Fergalicious of her.
Nah.
Not great. Not good.
I want to remind everybody out there that it's pretty darn hot outside.
Yep.
You need to hydrate yourself. Go pick up some MyHigh. Local Rouse's.
I was about to say, you can
go to
pick it up at Rouse's.
Go to drinkmyhigh.com, whatever it is. Maybe you got a company that got some employees that work outside. Maybe you work outside yourself. Protect yourself internally, externally. Hydrate yourself. Think clear. Be better. You can go to the website. You also get a subscription.
All right.
Click it, forget it, set it, get a little discount every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, whatever you want.
You want a little testimonial?
Yeah.
Omaha this weekend?
Yeah.
Extremely hot.
Ooh.
Like hotter than hot. It was very hot. We were walking around doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I was starting to feel a little faint. Like I was like, oh man, I don't feel great. Put a little MyHigh in my water.
Oh, baby.
Felt like I got revived.
Yeah.
I felt
Love it.
incredible.
I love it.
I've tried all the electrolytes. MyHigh, my fave.
That's right.
I'm not
Love
even
it.
just saying that.
It is kind of fun. Like the more years we're doing this, and the more people that try it, like, the more testimonies we do get. People just like messaging us or posting about like,
Yeah.
oh God, this saved me.
That's what my son takes
Great.
every morning for his high school football workouts. Goes MyHigh into the water and ready to go. We've had situations where Memphis didn't feel great. He's like, I don't know. It's like, hey, give him a MyHigh, plays in the game, ready to go. Trust me, like I want to be able to tell this slappy it doesn't work very well.
I know. It's like it's one of the sciences that I truly believe in because we did a lot of science to do that.
DrinkMyHigh.com. All right, we're going to have our boy Christopher Paul Doering, join us when we come back. Going to go all over the SEC with CD, quarterbacks, schedules, big-time marquee matchups, maybe what's his outlook for the LSU Tigers. This is the year of the quarterback in the SEC, and LSU is very fortunate to have what I think is the best quarterback in the SEC. We'll ask Doering that question when we start hour number 2, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to yourgoodwood.com. That is for Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. When you go to the website, bottom right corner of the site, you can book your consultation. If you're dealing with something, you don't know what it is, but you want to get to the bottom of it. That's why we always encourage you to book that consultation. You also can go find information, their Facebook page, their Instagram page. That's in the top right corner of yourgoodwood.com. Click on those icons. It'll take you right to that page. Or just pick up the phone. Simply give them a call, tell them what you're dealing with, and they'll help you get to a solution. That is 225-4GD-WOOD.
Yeah, go to their website. Like Jake said, book a consultation. If you feel like something's off, something's wrong, whether it's low energy, not performing in the bedroom, whatever it is, give them a call. See what the issue is. Have a doctor tell you what it is, how you can fix it. They have everything that you would need to feel better, look better, be better. YourGoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, June 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91. In hour two of today's show, Chris Doering hops on the show at 8 a.m. to talk all things college football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number two, OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And we go now to my boy, Christopher Paul Doering. You know him, you love him. SEC Network, Florida Gator legend. And he's the only person I would ever say those words about. CD, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Good morning, man. Good to be back with you. First time with Flynn, man. Looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better, Matty.
Chris, I'm fired up. I've heard so many stories. I've seen the different costumes and stuff, so I was like, man, that's a guy that I think I could have a beer with for sure.
Oh, we definitely do that. Hopefully you'll be in media days in Atlanta here.
I will. We will be there.
Good. Looking forward to it.
I'm trying to get his mind right now for it.
What's that?
I'm trying to get his mind right for it right now.
Well, we've kind of calmed it down a little bit in the last few years. The early start time has hurt me, but we are on Eastern time, so I don't have quite the early call time as we've had in recent years, being there in Nashville and Birmingham back in the day.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. What are we doing today? Are we already slinging mortgages today?
No, you know what? I took the day off of radio today, so didn't kind of easing into my day a little bit. About to go hit the gym here in a minute, and then we'll get after some mortgages. I think I'm gonna ride over to the beach tomorrow too, man. It's been really hot here as it is been for everybody else, so might do a little beach time this weekend.
CD, do you ever wonder, like Flynn and I were talking about this last week, do you ever kind of wonder how in the world did we do what we did in college in this weather?
Yes, I think that's an old guy thing. I think like when you're young, you don't know any better, and then as you get older and you get out of doing it, it's hard to get back into it. Right? It's like getting in shape. It's easier while you're staying in shape, but harder when you've gotten out of shape. So yeah, man, the humidity here. But let's be honest, though, these kids ain't doing what we were doing, so they'll never have any sort of idea of what it was like doing two-a-days back in July and August in the heat that we got here in the Southeast.
Yeah, that is very fair, because I even appreciate the fact that I got a couple. Flynn got it. You certainly, most of your career, got like old school two-a-days at the next level. It's like, man, you young cats, like y'all have no idea. Like this is a grind. And you remember, I'm sure you went through this, like when you would scrimmage another team, like when you would practice with another team in the NFL, it was like you had 4 game days in a row, and it was like true two-a-days. You would go against that team like 8 times in a 4-day period.
Yeah, the intensity level was ratcheted up next level. And what is it? What do you think by like practice 3, you're into like the full-fledged fights that seem to take place? So that's set up for failure inevitably, especially as deep as into camp as we used to be before we get a chance to do some of that. But yeah, man, I don't miss the grind of being out there, but I do miss the training camp thing. I was literally just talking about that on radio the other day, man. And as much as it sucks, and it's one of those things that you hate it at the time. I do miss being there with the guys and going through that and experiencing kind of the bonding that takes place during camp every year.
Yeah, Chris, your vibes are really meshing well with Jake and I, Shara, because like we give off so many like back in my day vibes. Like, man, these kids don't they don't go through what we did. Blah blah blah. We probably spend half of the show just telling those stories. We were just talking about the kind of the break, the lull of summer workouts for all these guys, of coming together, doing the 7-on-7s, the players' only time on the field, and how important that is. Like, in your opinion, like what can these kids get done in the summertime without coaches on the field, just themselves leading up? I mean, each team's a little bit different. I always kind of leaned on the leadership, but like, what do you look for from a team? And you can put this on your experience on the summer, the weeks leading up to training camp, because training camp is an ass kicker. But just mentally, physically, what are they doing to prepare?
Yeah, it's interesting, and because I think teams are built during your off-season conditioning. It's built with what you're doing in the gym. It's built with those 6:15 runs. It's where leadership emerges. It's where bonding takes place. But actually, I mean, these guys are having a lot more time nowadays than what we used to with coaches. And we got so much hypocrisy in college football. We talk about NIL, which is actually just pay for play and recruiting inducements and everything else. We just don't call it the right things. Well, these guys have OTAs now in college where you're out there with the coaches. You just can't have a ball. So what do? They roll up a towel and tie it up and simulate it being a ball. Like I don't even know why we do some of these stupid things that we do, but it does feel like coaches have an opportunity to get to know their teams maybe a little bit better in the off season because of the time together. And let's be honest, like that only makes sense. Like why were we not allowed to be with our coaches? And now with as big a business as it is, it truly is much more like the NFL. So you should have the opportunity to get coached during the off season more.
One of the things we were talking about for LSU is the fact that they don't necessarily have to go all the way back, CD, to like day one install once they get to training camp, because they got a veteran team, they got a quarterback coming back, and I think that is helpful. Like you can kind of just look at it and then move along pretty fast there. But I think that's going to be the case in the SEC with so many returning quarterbacks. And one of the things that's going to be intriguing to me once we do get to Atlanta is you look at Florida, you look at LSU, South Carolina, Vandy, they know exactly who they are at quarterback. But the traditional powers over the last couple of years, your Georgia, your Alabama, Tennessee, who made the college football playoff last year, Ole Miss has won a lot of games. Like, those teams don't know who in the hell they are at quarterback. Now, they think they've got some guys that can fill in, but the league this year, some of the teams that are trying to take that next step, the ones I laid out there, they know exactly who their guy is, but the teams that have been there, the UGAs, like, they're going to have a lot to figure out.
Yeah, UGA, Alabama, even Texas. I mean, we know who the guy's going to be, but we don't necessarily know what he's going to be. We think we got a good idea of what he can evolve into. But
the head ball coach had something to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, why are we ready to just crown somebody as being the best in the league or the number one draft pick in a couple of years just because of the last name? Now, there's a lot of good things, and I love his leadership. I love. He's a guy that hangs with his boys, which I love at the quarterback position. But, I do think it's an interesting dynamic because, this has every year we go to media days, you're looking at the returning quarterbacks and projecting what teams can be based upon the experience at that most crucial position. We had Matt Moscona on, your boy, the other day, and I was talking about how good I thought the quarterback play was going to be this year, and he kind of took a little bit of an exception to that. And to your point, I think there's about half the league that feels really good about returning quarterbacks, and then another half who's trying to figure it out or has a guy that hadn't necessarily played for that school in that offense before. So I really like it. I do feel like it's going to be an offensive inclined league this year with a lot of really good quarterbacks. But I also look at all the different pieces around the quarterback now that come in and how quickly they're able to acclimate. I know that you guys there in Baton Rouge are dealing with a bunch of new receivers, or a lot of talent, but how much have those guys been able to bond so far in the offseason and get the rhythm down that you need between the quarterback and wide receivers?
Yeah, the great teams, it usually comes down, championship teams, it usually comes down to head coach and quarterback. I mean, it's the ultimate team sport, of course, but I mean, if you don't have at least one, preferably two of those things, a really good head coach and a really good quarterback, you're behind the eight ball a little bit. And I want to go back to Arch Manning a little bit. I mean, if there's one guy that would be made to handle the media and the pressure, it would be a Manning, because they've been around it their entire life, right? But I want to know, like, this day and age, with the access to social media, access to everything, you're going to, unless you are actively trying to not see it, you're going to be exposed to everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. What is, if you were coaching a guy like Arch, what are you telling him as far as the cell phone, the looking at the press clippings, looking at all that stuff? Because it can be if you don't have the right mental makeup, it can be a dangerous thing. But like, what would you say to a guy like that?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Arch is the exception to the rule, really, and let's credit Sark. Sark's done a great job of managing the quarterback room, managing Arch Manning and his expectations, but I also think a lot of that came from the family influence as well. So, having multiple uncles that have dealt with it, a grandfather that's dealt with it, different era there, but this is a guy that comes from great pedigree, not only athletically, but mentally, and there's not a whole lot of guys that were as highly recruited as him that would have been as patient and waiting for his turn, or understood, how they were going to use him as they dipped his toe into the pool. So I really like the maturity that he has shown, and he has some fun on social media. You see him on commercials; he's doing a little bit of it, but I don't get the sense that it's getting to him the way that it does some other guys. And let's be honest, the money thing is something that can affect you. He comes from a family that has a pretty good amount of money, so it's not like a shock to the system where a guy hadn't had anything, all of a sudden he's got a bunch and he's going crazy with it. So I think all these things line up to me to feel really good about what his career is going to be in Austin. Let's not forget, I think Sark is the best. I think he's the best play designer, best play caller in college football right now. And so it helps that he gets an opportunity to learn from him, and that he's surrounded with the type of weapons that he has on that team where they're going to run the football. He didn't have to win games himself because of the ability to run with that group of running backs and behind a really talented offensive line.
Catching up with the boy Chris Doering here on OTB. CD, when I take a look at the SEC, and I know we talk about the same things pretty often of, hey, this team needs to take another step. This team has to make it to a college football playoff. This team needs to win one more game, whatever it might be. There's a team that's not really in that conversation that has really been struggling, and their fan base expects way more, and I'm surprised it's not a little bit louder.
Are we talking about the Auburn Tigers?
The Auburn Tigers, look at us.
I
We know
figured.
each other so well. I mean, 2-6 in the SEC last year, 5-7 overall. And CD, I don't even feel like we are talking about Hugh Freeze and him needing to get it together, really. The noise isn't as loud as I thought it would be.
It's funny because I think you got two different approaches, polar opposites, the way you talk about your team. You know, Brian Kelly has really kind of magnified what the expectation of the fan base is in terms of what they expect from this year's team. Meanwhile, Hugh Freeze is talking about, we need to make a bowl game. Get the hell out of here, make a bowl game. Like that ain't enough, and particularly because of the expectation coming in and what they've done on the recruiting trail the last couple of years. I do think this is a team that's poised to make a big jump this year. They played a lot of games where they lost in single-digit ball games last year. So I think, as Flynn said, I mean, it's so much is about the quarterback, and I believe that Jackson Arnold getting a fresh start and a different offense, surrounded by a lot of really good players. I mean, this is a receiver core that I think could be one of the best in the league this year. They went out and got the speedster from Georgia Tech to kind of complement what Cam Coleman brings to you. So I actually am kind of cautiously buying that Auburn could be a little bit of a dark horse team this year in the SEC.
So I want to hear Chris Doring's kind of just your power rankings, preseason power rankings going into the season. Like when you look at everything from what people did in the offseason to what they're returning to everything going into it, walking into game one of the 2025 season, give me your top 3 or 4 power rankings in the SEC, and then also tell us why LSU is number 1.
I'm high on LSU, man. I'm a little biased too. I mean, you know, I was talking about this yesterday on our show, just how many LSU folks I'm surrounded by. I was doing the show with Caroline Fenton, who is another LSU grad, and think back to that magical 2019 season, the way that I was kind of welcomed into the fan base by so many of the great Tiger fans. Really have enjoyed watching Jay Johnson's run the last couple of years. He was fantastic with us yesterday on our show, and I guess, Hess, I'm maybe finally going to get my autographed LSU jersey from him, the one that I had to pay off the bet with.
Yeah, Doering has a baseball jersey. We're trying to get Jay Johnson to sign it. I'm going to personally make sure that happens. Don't lean on G to get it done. I'll get it done.
He did. I mentioned that at the end of the interview yesterday, and Coach Johnson said that he was going to get with the equipment guy as soon as the interview was over to make sure I had that purple and gold jersey up in my office. So I'm committing to that. And when I say up in the office, I mean leaned up against the cabinet, as I know that makes you a little upset. But I'm high on LSU. I'm interested what you guys think about. Like, I made this assertion that I think this is maybe the most important opener that I can remember for any team in a long time, given the lack of success that the program has had in general the last 5 years in openers, and particularly with Brian Kelly the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, I mean, the way that the playoff is set up now, you can lose a 1 or 2 games and still get in, and it is an out-of-conference game. It's crazy. You guys would agree with me. Like, seeing that Florida LSU game in September as the conference opener, like that may be a more important game, but I do feel like there's a lot of angst about what this opener will look like there in Death Valley.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Florida LSU being that early. I got to be honest with you. That's an October game every day, all day, and for it to be right there, and you're right, like those teams, and they've got some tough opponents before they even get to each other. It might be a must-win situation, like your first time out of the gate in conference.
Yeah, it is. Jumping right into the fire. Now, you guys remember last year, Florida had a brutal schedule to open the month of September. had to play Miami, got physically embarrassed in that one, and then 2 games later had to play Texas A&M and got manhandled on the lines of scrimmage there as well. I do like the schedule for Florida this year. They get to ease into it a little bit more. Long Island in the opener, and then South Florida week 2. But I don't know if there's a more brutal stretch of 4 games in succession than what Florida plays. They got to go to Miami to play the Hurricanes. Or excuse me, they got to play. They play you guys in Baton Rouge, then Miami, and then have to play Texas at home, and then Texas A&M in College Station. That's going to be a defining run for Florida. But I do think, remember the old days, we'd sit on there, we talk about, all right, where's the 3-game stretch that matters the most for teams and what they can or can't be. I think now with Texas and Oklahoma in the league and a little bit more difficult scheduling out of conference, we're seeing these stretches where 4 games in a row are brutal. So it's kind of a sign of the times. But as fans, man, I would much rather get a chance to see my team playing ball games like this than playing FCS opponents.
I couldn't agree more. We talked about that the other day. It's like, do whatever you have to do with the playoff rules and how you're going to get in. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that these games stay here and they don't go back to scheduling the other stuff. So that kind of leads me to a good question.
Hey, Flynn, let me ask you a question, Flynn, real quick. Like as players, we wanted to play the best competition, man. We wanted to get a chance to test ourselves. Don't you love the idea of mandating the Power 4 teams all having a game against the other Power 3 conferences and being able to see how you match up against the ACC, the Big 12, and the Big 10? It feels like that should be something that we could at least mandate to really get a better temperature of which conferences are the best and the teams out of conference that are the best.
I love any idea that puts the best against the best, no matter what part of the country, and no matter what the patch or the conference is on your jersey. It doesn't matter. I mean, every year we used to get so excited for all the bowl games because you saw the interconference matchups. We should be having that throughout the year, and that's why you get into these conversations about the committee and all this. I just pray that it never gets to the point where we have to go back to just strictly, you have to be undefeated or 1 loss to be able to be in the conversation of getting in. So,
isn't it wild to think about, literally Ohio State didn't win the Big Ten, didn't even play for the Big Ten championship, and lost their final game of the season. When we were playing, you lose the final game of the season. That's pretty much a death wish. So, I do think that Ohio State, once they got past that Michigan game, was playing the best of any team in the country. And so I think now college football is like, hey, let's survive. Let's give ourselves a chance to be in position at the end of the year. And, if we can find a way to start clicking on all cylinders, you can get hot in the postseason like a lot of the other sports do in terms of determining champions. So it is a bit of a survival, particularly in the grind that the SEC is now. But I honestly believe with what happened last year in the postseason, we're going to get at least 1 or 2 9-win teams in this year, something that we talked about last year a lot when Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Bama got snubbed at 9-3. But I do think that we'll see at least one, if not multiple 9-win teams from the league getting in this year.
All right, there he is, our boy Chris Doering, SEC Network, Florida Gator legend, somebody that we're going to have a chance to hang out with in 2 weeks, sir. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, right around the corner, boys. I look forward to catching up with you in Atlanta.
All right, there he is. Chris Doering, always good enough to join us with his time. And look, if you're a Florida Gator and you can be a friend of mine, you've done something right in life,
a special
because
guy.
You have figured out the Rubik's Cube.
You are a special
You have turned it a lot of different ways and finally solved it. All right, we will take a break. I do want to recap some of what CD was talking about there, kind of look at what the SEC looks like and kind of some of the different tiers, some of those teams like in Auburn that nobody's talking about. Do we give them any opportunity? We'll start that process when we come back here. It is OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
All-Star.
Not store, star.
Everybody knows
They've
that.
got everything available, buying new, leasing, renting. And once you figure out what it is, you call Miss Lisa Sessions in that rental department. Hey, got a trip. Going to be gone for 3-4 days. and you get everything scheduled. You pick up the vehicle like that day, and then you bring it back, and it's like per day rental prices. Even if you call them like, hey, we extended our trip by a day, that's fine. You just add a day to it. Incredibly flexible there in the rental department. allstartoyota.batonrouge.com.
Yeah, you need to looking to buy new, used, set up a lease, whatever it is. Call them today. See how they can help you. Conveniently located on Airline near Goodwood. Go check them out, or you can go on their website, see what they have in stock, see the cars, the vans, the trucks, the sedans, whatever. allstartoyota.batonrouge.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. I brought up Auburn, Flynn, because we talk so often about, okay, LSU, they need to get to a college football playoff. They do. But they were 9-4 last year, 5-3 in conference play. Needs to be better. We all agree. A&M, who a lot of people make fun of, and I get it. It's fun. I do it as well. They were 5-3, though, in conference play. Now, 8-5 overall. They did lose to Notre Dame, who played in the national championship game, but it's not good enough by any means, but it's not falling off a cliff. Right? Even the Florida Gators last year, they're 4-4 in conference play, right? They want to be better. Now, they did take strides. They beat LSU. They beat Ole Miss at the end of the year. But we talk about those teams so often of they got to be better. They got to be better. They got to take another step. And I'm talking about not just here on this show, because obviously, like, we're not talking about all these SEC teams every single day. I'm talking about even on off campus over on Sirius XM. Like, we'll talk, the totality of the conference. We'll have callers and interaction, and those are the teams that people want to talk about. I'm like, Oklahoma was 2-6 in the SEC last year, 6-7 overall. The Auburn Tigers were 2-6 in the SEC, 5-7 overall, and nobody's bringing that up. Like, no matter where I go, no matter what show I do, I'm like, it's always, it's A&M, it's LSU, Alabama's got to get back to the playoff, Florida's got to be better, and I agree with that. But like when you think about pass, but when you think about like the powers that Oklahoma and Auburn have been, like I'll argue when we were in school, like the Auburn Tigers were one of the toughest matchups we had.
Well, when I got to school, that was the rival at the time. Like, yeah, of course, the LSU, the rival fluctuates.
It does.
With time and who's good at when and where. But, I mean, I remember.
If you went there, like, you were like.
I remember, like, seeing the highlight video, like the recruiting highlight video that they used. And it was like Phil Collins in the air tonight. And it was Auburn smoking cigars.
Oh, yeah.
In depth.
Colt Kubelik.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. That's why you didn't win in Tiger Stadium for like 20 years after that.
But yeah, it's so interesting because LSU's so unique because the rival does fluctuate like that, and yeah, to hear that they were 2-6 in the SEC,
they haven't had a lot of good there.
And I'm trying to figure out as you're saying this, why are they getting that pass? And is it because they've been so good in the past? Do they get like a little leeway?
Because like Brian Harsin, like if he stepped in the wrong direction, people were like ready to like throw him out of town. I mean, there was a literal coup against him that turned out not to be true to try to get him fired, but because Hugh Freeze, when he was at Ole Miss, beat Alabama a couple times, it feels like he gets this like ultimate pass.
Yeah, what was it? The cheerleader thing. There was this rumor that was never proven about Harsin and a cheerleader, but there were people in Auburn that wanted him fired like the day he stepped foot on campus. Right. People hated that hire. Their philosophy was, we're Auburn, we don't hire a guy from Boise State.
Right.
Like he was destined to fail before he even got there.
Yeah, I feel like in college football with some of these teams, it's like the court of public opinion. It is every now and then can be pretty reasonable and look at the situations and be like, all right, this school, this football team, the organization, there's so many things happening that are wrong, like bad. Like we understand why they're like, we almost feel like it's a rebuilding. Like Tennessee a handful of years ago. Like they were in the same position. Like, how do we ever get back to this? And the noise was probably equally as low then because I think everybody just understood. Like this is a rebuilding. We got to figure out how to get back. The expectation isn't there. Like when you talk about A&M, LSU, like that expectation is there because of recruiting classes, recent success. But like the team that shocks me over Auburn is Oklahoma. Because they have had recent success. Like
you're exactly right. And so many times when we start talking about the Big 12, everybody thinks it was Texas OU. They swap punches. OU dominated the Big 12. They won it so
and
many
recent
times.
Heismans, like they've had success recently. How is that noise not?
When the playoff got expanded, they were there every year. Now they didn't win a game in the playoff, but they were there. They had a seat at the table.
Oklahoma Sooners 2-6 in conference play.
Yeah, and then Texas went to the SEC championship game, which
so then they have Heismans. They have 2 Heismans in the last 6 years.
Yeah, you got Baker and Murray.
Kyler,
and then Jalen
Hurts was runner-up.
Hurts was runner-up, and if it wasn't for Sir Joseph Burrow having the year he had, Hurts would have won it too.
And a handful of years later, they're 2-6 in conference play, and that noise isn't deafening.
Brent Venables had a good first year.
Oklahoma, no.
And they have and so I feel like Auburn's just continuing to add good receivers, but then they get Jackson Arnold, a quarterback. He was a quarterback for Oklahoma last year. Like he was kind of in and out of the lineup. Like there was nothing. Now he had injuries at receiver. I do get that, but there was nothing that gets you excited. I think enough to think Jackson Arnold can come in and turn it around. Now for Oklahoma, I will say this about them: they have done everything they can to try to hit reset. You go get John Mateer from Wazoo. You go get Jay Knott at running back from Cal. You go get Jim Nagy from the Senior Bowl. Jim Nagy's now their general manager. So they've tried to add to the roster because I think Brent Venables understands you can't win 2 conference games at Oklahoma and live to tell the story.
No.
It's just not the way it works.
I dare you to do that again this year. You be gone for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's the noise around Auburn has seemed like it's been kind of a cluster recently, but not with Oklahoma. That is the shocking part to me about all this, is why they are not calling into the show, your show, and screaming about that. I would assume that he is on a hot seat. Am I wrong for thinking that? He has to be.
This is year 3, right?
See, but the problem with
– but it's still 2 wins.
Right, but the problem with Auburn and the way they've kind of handled things, like they're still paying Brian Harsin. And not to say that Auburn doesn't have money. I mean, they have Yellowwood, they have deep pockets. Like, we understand that.
No, I'm talking about Oklahoma and Venables.
No, I'm just going over, like, so that's why for Hugh Freeze, I'm saying, like, that's maybe why it's not loud there. I haven't heard anything from Oklahoma either, as far as like he's got to win 9 games or he's gone. Like Lincoln Riley leaving the way he did, it feels like it hurt the Sooners. Yeah. Like because for them in their eyes, they're like, we're not a place where our coach leaves to go anywhere else. We're Oklahoma, and it feels like it hurt them. Mm-hmm. And like they got this guy in Brent Venables that wants to be there, has been there before as an assistant, and it feels like he's getting a little bit more leeway because of that.
I agree, but at some point, the administration there has to say, just like you just said, we are Oklahoma. Like we cannot accept below mediocrity in our conference, right? We can't accept being in the middle of the pack, let alone the bottom of the pack. So how much of a leash do you give? What message does that send to all of your alumni, your boosters, your fan base? What message does that send saying, 2 wins is not enough to get you put on a hot seat? Maybe he is. I mean, they're not going to come out and say that, he's on a hot seat, of course. But, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. And if there's no smoke, there certainly is no fire.
How about this before we take a break? Here's Oklahoma's schedule. And I know Alondra's loving this conversation right now. She's probably raised to hate the Sooners. You got Illinois State. Okay, whatever. Then you got Michigan. So you got Michigan at home. Now, we don't know what Michigan's going to be. They'll be a preseason top 25 team. Maybe Bryce Underwood is the quarterback to start off there at Michigan. And then you go on the road, why? On the road to Temple. What in the hell is going on here?
You're Oklahoma.
Now, you're playing in Eagle Stadium, Lincoln Financial, but that doesn't really matter. You're going to Temple. Like,
why are you playing a neutral site at Temple? Like, that's basically what it was.
I understand, like, LSU will go and they'll play if they went to Houston, they play it in NRG, but that's the biggest alumni base for LSU. Makes sense, right? You give those Tigers there in Houston a chance to go see LSU play in Houston. Nick Saban would be famous for somewhere in Florida, like he would go play a game at South Florida because it was like the Tampa area. That was big for them. It was a big-time recruiting ground for them. Oklahoma is not creating a pipeline in recruiting to Philadelphia.
That's so
what is happening?
Far from
I know.
And then Temple.
And they're awful.
Yeah.
And
it's terrible.
You have to I know you have to schedule the big time game so far in advance. Temple's not a big time game. When did they schedule this?
Well, when was this announced? Where they were
when Lincoln Riley was the head coach?
They were like, guys, Lincoln Financial Field early in the season.
Playing a home and away.
11 a.m. kick. What? They're not going to.
Oh, I just saw that. You're right. 11 a.m.
Also,
Central
they're
time.
like not. They're not going to fill that out either. It's going to look incredibly
There's going to be 73
empty.
people there.
It's going to be incredibly empty. I would be shocked if there were OU fans in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
You're putting yourself in a voluntary no-win situation at an empty stadium.
NFL stadium, yeah. All right.
Lincoln Financial at night, great. 11 a.m. on a Saturday?
No. All right, so that surprised me as well, so I'm glad that surprised y'all. And then, then they play Auburn, and that's going to be at home as well. So 2 teams we're talking about here. Then you get a bye week, and then you get Kent State at home, okay? All right, whatever. But then you've got Texas and Dallas at South Carolina. Now, they get Willie B during the day and not night. That's good for them, but still at South Carolina. Ole Miss at home, at Tennessee, at Bama.
I think those are 5 losses. I think they lose all 5 of those games. I mean, find me a win.
Boy.
They going
It's like, to your point,
They going 3
to
and
your
5?
point, they get Williams Bryce at day and not night. That's fine. LSU struggled their ass off at 11 a.m. last year. Williams Bryce
I was
got
there.
out
17 broken pencils.
In a game that, in my opinion, LSU shouldn't have won a year ago. Like, that's 5 losses for Oklahoma right there.
At best, it's 2 and 3.
Yes, at
Like
best.
right now, it looks like it's 2
At
and 3.
best,
Now, I
pull it
love
an
John
upset.
Mateer at quarterback. I love him. He is a too gritty to be pretty, like, type of guy. But man,
Where's Mateer coming from?
Wazoo,
Washington
Oh, yeah,
State.
right.
Yeah, he was Cam Ward's backup. They actually had like a 2 quarterback system at times where they would play together. It's pretty badass. Like John Mateer would get it running back and they'd snap it. Cam Ward would hand it off to him going this way. Mateer would grab the ball, reverse out, and throw it to Cam Ward in the flats. It was awesome. It was an incredible play design. But buckle up, Sooners, because after that Alabama game I talked about, you get Missouri at home, you get LSU at home. So,
I mean,
buckle up.
Man,
it is what it is.
There's only so much that good hydration can do. I don't know if it can do that much.
All right, we'll take a break. Talking more SEC football when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench.
That's just
What
brutal
are we
sitting here
doing?
looking at it.
Temple?
Philadelphia at 11 a.m.? Go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys right there on the homepage of the website. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom, what they've done for past clients in the courtroom. You can have a chat with them right there on the homepage of the website. You can see the phone number. It is your area code in Louisiana, so 318-985-504-225. 337, like whatever it is, we're talking to you. I mean, top to bottom, east to west in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Be a part of the G team. You see the work that they do. You see the billboards. Go to their website. See the testimonials, the reviews, people. If you're injured, it is not your fault. Personal injury, car accident, whatever it is. See how they can help you. Anywhere in Louisiana, call 888-8888.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values. committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
The dark is too hard to beat, and I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me. You show the lights that stop me, turn to stone. You're shining when I'm alone, and so I
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Friday morning. Now, I said the weekend vibe would pick up as the show went along. Picking up a little bit.
This song gets me bottle service vibes.
What would you put? What would you put on the sign? Like, you know how they bring out the
God.
what would you?
sign.
Yeah, what would you put on it?
Did any of y'all get
from Tigers to
just
Talkers?
Tigers to Talkers.
Whatever people bring in,
yeah, just I feel bad. I'm like, you don't have to do.
Yeah,
it.
you don't have
bring
to.
the alcohol.
Yeah,
You're good.
right.
Yeah.
We break down football like no one else can.
Hold the sparklers this time.
If it said from Tigers,
Yeah.
if it said from Tigers to Talkers, I would just walk away.
I feel like I don't want it.
What if it said more game than a gumbo pot?
I'd leave
that'd
the
be
premises.
good.
I'd be out of the building, not just a table.
God, we gotta play that one.
Y'all, we got.
And what if it was big voice lady holding it up?
Oh yes.
Might be.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Big voice lady. Oh man. It's only appropriate time to say big and lady in the same sentence.
Yep. Because it's a voice situation.
Should we call it maybe Fridays this fall? It's like Bottle Service Friday. I don't know. Bring a sparkler. How would they feel about that?
It ain't gonna reach the ceiling.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
there's
may be
some that
fine.
will, not the ones we'd get. We'd be good.
I think Bo Wegman wouldn't mind a sparkler in
Nah,
here.
it's fine.
Yeah.
No
No big
accidental
deal.
bottle rockets or
We
anything.
could heat up
Yeah.
the place a little bit. Like,
It gets cold.
That seat does. I'm so much happier over here than I used to be over
so
there.
honestly, like when
So
hosting,
cold over
when
there.
hosting shows like solo and I'm over there, I'm never cold during a show.
No, it feels great. I can wear short sleeves again. I don't have to wear a hoodie.
This seat over here, this side of the table, is like having a fever. Like you get chills because you're so cold, and then you break out in sweats because it's so hot. It's just like back and forth. Like my shirt doesn't know what to do. It's like soaking wet because I'm sweating. I'm freezing.
We're also doing push-ups.
It's like I got a flu over here.
Between breaks, and you did. I think you did a set of stairs today. I think
Just
you
set of
left.
stairs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. I shiver for half, sweat for half. I got like COVID-21 over here.
You're an idiot.
COVID-21.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Man.
We
You
talked
got
about
long COVID.
It's a variant.
It's
science. It's science.
Oh God. I feel like we need to move
It's
on
a
before this goes
variant.
down a road that's too long.
Speaking of, we got Livingston Parish shout out. They got a West Nile case. Saw that the other day.
West Nile case.
I
Yeah,
haven't
the
heard
first
West
one
Nile
it's
since
the
I was
first
in
one in
middle
like
school.
years. And it
Whoa.
happened in LP. It ain't me, guys, I promise. But we got
not.
one.
West
Wow.
in Livingston?
Yeah. I don't know where. I just saw the headline. It said Livingston Parish
I've not
first,
heard West. Oh,
first
that was,
West Nile case in like, I don't know, like a long time.
Right here.
I just feel like
Louisiana.
there might be somebody in LP named West Nile. And they're just like,
For sure.
Hey, a West Nile up there? He got,
got
bit by a
West Nile,
bug,
kid.
Hey, you got
man.
virus. Oh, man.
We say that
In
with
LP,
people.
in LP
there's just a
his
guy
mom would
out
call him
there.
Wesley.
There's just a guy out there named West Nile that has a computer virus,
got-
and we thought it was.
My brother-in-law had a friend growing up. His name was West Nail. That's in Shreveport. And you say it with an accent like we have up there.
Well,
it probably
West
sounds
Nile.
like
I was
West
about to
Nile.
say, in LP it is
Yeah.
West Nile. So
That's true.
Hey, Taylor, Denham Springs in the news, right?
Oh yeah,
Tell us about it.
The excellent 18-wheeler driver hit the guy in the bucket truck.
And
Man, those people drive like they're not driving 18-wheelers.
No, Jake, I was telling Matt before the show, I knew the intersection before they even released where it was. I was like, I know exactly where that is. It's the worst one.
So is that the one where you get off and if you were going to downtown Denham, the antique mall and stuff?
Yeah,
is
so
that one?
it's right there where you got like Chick-fil-A on one side, the Mickey D's on the other.
Yeah.
So
my man was
For real, though?
just hanging.
Oh yeah,
He was clipped in. Thank goodness.
Look,
He was
always
just hanging.
wear
And
fall
OSHA.
protection. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
He did.
But
Good for him.
why wasn't the lane blocked off though?
Yeah, that's how multiple people
Like-
feel like.
Yeah.
But also, there
Maybe it
is-
was behind
there is
them.
like an epidemic of 18-wheeler drivers driving insane and not paying attention to where they're going as if they're not driving the biggest vehicle in existence.
Also, trust me, wouldn't have mattered if that lane was blocked off. Not there.
Fair.
Yeah.
Not there.
Not there?
God, when an 18-wheel, like on the interstate, like when you're traveling and one like knows that, okay, I shouldn't get over, but what's he really going to do if I do?
Yep.
And they do it, and they come like an inch from hitting your car.
Yeah.
Man, like
Yeah, they
I
can't do
turn
anything.
road rage up to
Oh.
11. I'm like going in the other lane. I'm like, pull over. You can't see me because you're so high up, but I'm trying to get my arm as high as I
Dude.
can. Like, pull over.
I get so mad.
I hate it.
I get so mad when they're in the fast lane going slow, and I'm like,
Well,
you need to get out of my way.
They're going 61, but the 18-wheeler quarter mile ahead of them going 60.
Right. Yeah.
So they got to pass them at 61.
It's
Maybe
so
just like
irritating.
skinny one on the right, buddy. Just hit it a
Right.
little bit harder.
Yeah.
Just like
That's what my dad used to always say. It's the long, skinny one on the right. Push it down.
push it a little bit harder, boy.
That lead foot a little bit heavier, guys. That's all we need.
But I'm sure all the 18-wheeler drivers listening to the show, the tens of thousands.
There's a
across
video
the
for you
country,
guys.
Hey, we love
I'm
y'all.
sure they're good drivers.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Dang.
What
Look
are we
like
doing?
a fullback
What are we
on an
doing
ISO
here?
block.
Look at that.
The guy at the bottom's like, hold on.
Look, I do love my truck drivers.
Everybody-
Like, our Sirius XM show is like 80% truck drivers.
Shout out truck drivers.
Yeah, so shout out
Except
to
for
them.
some of y'all.
But
Except for that guy
you're,
right there.
you're not driving a Mazda Miata.
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna need y'all to realize what y'all are in.
Yeah,
So-
they got those bright yellow vests on. They're there.
So when that guy keeps going, you think, what's that phone call like?
Boss.
From his, like, he knows he hit him. Does he call him or does he just like wait for them to call him? I hit what? Oh, I had no idea.
I always love the vehicles in front of you driving awful, and it's like the company. It's like, how's my driving?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
You think the guy working that fell right there that got hit called that number, said, not good. Driving's not good.
I was in college.
How am
called
I
one
driving?
time.
Call 888.
I was in
That
college.
guy's about to
Called
get
one
so
time.
much money.
Oh, I know. 225-888-8888.
It was I was heading to work in college, and I had overslept. We had a late night the night before, and I'm driving. This guy's going 25 in a 45, so I called the damn number in front. He's like, "Do you have a complaint?" I'm like, "Can you tell your guy to speed up? I'm going 20 miles under the speed limit." And just hung up the phone.
That is a Tay-Tay move. All right, we will take our last break of hour number 2. Coming back your way here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, it is the weekend. We do have weekend vibes here in the studio. No better thing to do over the weekend than go for Dos. Grab an ice cold Dos Equis, enjoy it by the pool, enjoy it on the beach if you're lucky enough to go ahead. 4th of July is coming up, and maybe, just maybe, you were lucky enough to get the entire week off. And we said it yesterday, we'll say it every day, toes in the sand, Dos Equis in hand. Not a better beer to enjoy. So hopefully you're enjoying going for Dos responsibly.
Yeah, stay thirsty, man, right? Stay thirsty, drink some Dos Equis. It is the weekend vibes. We're feeling good. Doesn't matter if you're going fishing this weekend, if you're cooking out. I know that I'm going to be in an airport, and we all know that the airport beers are elite. I'm going to be going for Dos, drinking Dos Equis. So pop open a cold, ice cold Mexican lager.
They serve those in Orlando?
Oh, they serve them everywhere, buddy. Go for Dos. Dos Equis. Drink responsibly.
Bayou Ford is taking $11,000 off MSRP with 4.9% for 60 months on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
We got the hits today.
We got the boppers today.
Oh, man, I'm feeling
well done,
it. This is
Alondra.
good Friday vibes.
It is.
I wanted to get the party started.
We needed it.
Yeah.
We needed some good Friday vibes. There was Tuesday energy in the room when we first all
I don't
got
like
here,
that.
and now it's Friday energy.
I did come in a little frazzled, got y'all the live sheet a little late.
It's okay.
It was like it was low T Friday earlier.
It was.
But guess what? We're back.
I would hope I
Totally
had low
back.
T.
Totally.
I would hope I had low T.
Yeah.
We
got it back. I didn't get any breakfast this morning.
I don't have a
That's
problem
my
with
bad.
the old tea, but
You got an extra protein bar?
no, I had to eat mine already.
What's you ate yours already?
I ate mine on the drive-in. It was bad. Like I didn't eat a big enough dinner last night. The
Yeah.
protein bar went down.
Yeah.
Like on Nicholson this morning.
Bro, I
It did.
had breakfast this morning. I never eat. Well, because I'm gonna be here all day, and I'm like, I gotta have something.
You ever get just drink a ton of coffee like me right now, and
Get the jitters?
The heart's beating fast,
Yeah,
but
I
the
love that
energy's
feeling.
still like.
Oh, no.
Still in a daze.
I want to have the jitters.
How's our push-up
Yeah.
count coming?
Yeah.
I want like at least 5 cups of coffee per day.
Yeah.
Like during
The more
show,
jitters I
probably
have,
like
the less clear I speak, though, and then it's already kind of a uphill battle. What's the push-up count at?
Bigger than yesterday.
It was a biggity.
I was really trying so hard to
Was it
figure
bigger?
out how to fit bigger into
bigger
this.
than
Yeah.
yesterday?
My wheels were turning.
We're gonna do a biggity amount of push-ups.
y'all are way ahead of me. I didn't do it.
I'm at
first
100
hour.
so far.
I don't do the push-ups. I can do some squats, but
All right.
your girl can't do push-ups.
Let's get weird. Hour number 3.
Off the bench.
All right, go to boudreauxelectrical.com. Boudreauxelectrical.com is the website to go get that free Generac quote that we talk about all the time. So, look, when you have them come out, they come see your space, and this is Generac's going to go right there. We're going to be able to have it in this time period, which is going to be an incredibly fast setup process. And for storm season, like if you're wondering if it's too late, it is not. They can install that. You'll have that ultimate peace of mind. Whenever everybody's power goes out, you'll know that you'll have AC, you'll have TV, you'll have a refrigerator, you'll have everything that you normally do. You're not even going to be bothered because you have that whole home generator from Boudreaux's. That's why the tagline plays. Oops. More power, more protection. Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
Yeah, have them come out to your house and size your generator. So many companies will just go put a one-size-fits-all. They won't get one that fits your house perfectly, big, small, whatever it is. Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Good morning. It's at 9 a.m. here on Friday, June 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll continue our discussion with college football and wrap up the show for the week. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Question inside the Bayou Ford chat. How is Flynn prepping for his first OTB road trip for SEC Media Days?
Yeah, it's a really, really good question. Hours of endless film study, review, local beat writer columns just getting consumed daily.
Yeah.
Actually, none of that's being done. I always find that the best prep is usually no prep. Just wing it.
So for Media Days, you're going to go to Atlanta. First time representing OTB. We're just going to wing it. All right.
Really hadn't got the breakdown of what we're going to be doing. I'm excited about it. I will prep. I think it starts with learning all the coaches' names, like for sure.
You got that. Jeff Levy.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Levy.
Is it with a B?
Levy. Mm-hmm. Who's the coach at?
Mississippi State.
You're there.
I got it.
You're at the finish line.
I'm at the finish line.
You once could only go 7 of the 14. You now can go 16 for 16.
No, I made a commitment. Made a commitment to the show, to our listeners. I'm going to be dialed in. There will be lots of prep happening.
Where are we at with the Cade Klubnik prep?
Yeah.
When it's time, when the lights come on.
Well,
we gave you.
We're starting it.
It's next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Today's Friday.
I know. It's Friday.
And you're going to Orlando.
Yeah, going to Orlando.
I'm sorry. Is Friday on this week or is it next week?
Yeah, but you're.
I mean, there is a Friday next week.
Oh, we're doing it on Friday. I didn't feel like a
Oh, are
Friday.
we? That
feels more like a Wednesday deal.
Wednesday? We'll be ready.
Right? That feels like a Wednesday.
I thought we were going to start it Monday.
We can do Thursday.
I thought we were.
So I want to do a quarterback breakdown every week leading up into the season, and I kind of want to save Cade like towards the end.
Why? That's the first person.
But I want to save the top guys towards the end.
Yeah, but we can
work
go
our way up.
Listen, we can go in the order of LSU's schedule, though.
All right, we can do that.
Any other objections?
But then we're going to be breaking down a lot of the not top guys and a lot of new starters, which I don't really want to do that. It's hard to do.
Okay, listen, my God.
Do an easy one out the gate.
We're only going to break down like the power 4 quarterbacks that you're facing. All right? So Clemson, Cade Klubnik, you got DJ Lagway from Florida. You got Ole Miss who's going to have a new starting quarterback.
Fun.
Sims is going to be in there probably.
How fun is that?
You've got Lenora Sellers. You got Diego Pavia. Marcel Reed at A&M. Ty Simpson probably at Alabama.
And there's outside of Austin Simmons, like there's plenty of tape on all
and
these
Simmons
guys.
has a drive against Georgia.
Yeah.
You can go back and
Y'all
watch.
just don't need to worry about me. I'm going to get this segment. We're going to crush it. We're going to break down the top quarterbacks in the country.
You say we're worried. We're just trying to build you up and let you know the expectation.
Yeah.
It's fine. If you want to know about your quarterbacks, the top quarterbacks in the country,
it's one per week.
I got you, brother.
That's what you
decided. It's going to be an 8-week series.
I got you. But like I told you all the time, I'm a businessman and a father. Okay?
Yeah, I am the same. I am the same. I know. All right, so next Wednesday, the full breakdown of Cade Klubnik.
Daniel Blunt said, "Go blind. Trust your instincts." That's usually how I live my life.
Let's don't do that.
Hadn't failed me yet. In a big way.
He has a handful of great questions.
7.
Yeah. Is it 7?
And 2 good points.
I had a good point today.
Doering had you a good point?
He told you a good point?
I think so.
Check tape.
He had a reaction, a positive reaction to a question. Can't remember the exact words.
Yeah. I don't
So you have 7 good questions. We'll call it 1 positive reaction.
1 positive reaction,
There you
2
go.
good points.
Okay.
You know what? I was sitting there and I was thinking, you wanted to kind of come up with some competition stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously
want
this is
football
like the
competition.
brand new OTB, and we're trying to bring some new, right, and get all 4 of us involved and have us all 4 moving in the same direction, which has been great so far. But when you started thinking about competitions, I started thinking about maybe some consequences for who finishes last.
Sure, absolutely.
Right? And I think after today's show, I think the consequence should be you've got to go cover the Oklahoma Temple game in Philadelphia if you lose the competition.
No.
Yes.
I think that
I actually love this.
Yes, you have to go to Philly. You have to get credentialed for Oklahoma and Temple.
So what's the competition? Because it has to be by September 13th.
Yeah.
That it ends. So what's this competition going to be?
Man, we could make it pure coin flip and like do NFL preseason pick'ems, like wins or losses.
Okay.
Which is an absolute crapshoot. Oh my God, I don't know if I like this. The consequence.
You wanted competition.
I do.
I actually like it.
I don't want to go watch
like
Temple
this.
play Oklahoma.
Nobody does. That's why it's a consequence.
Nobody does.
Not even Oklahoma
Well,
fans.
like I was gonna say, for me, this is a win-win. I want to win the competition, but I'd freaking love to go watch Oklahoma Temple in Philly.
So this is this a 4-person competition?
Yeah, I mean everything we do moving forward, it's the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
It's
I do. I want to get some sort of like turnover chain, OTB turnover chain.
But what do you? Okay, so what do you have to do to like wear the turnover chain?
I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be
the winner of the week.
The winner of the week.
Yeah.
Winner of the week on our pick'ems.
Oh, I like that.
So we're gonna get an OTB chain.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Like anybody listening out there?
Well, okay,
in the
no,
chat,
so
like,
like,
chains.
like
you weren't
we
on the
can
show
get, like,
last
Mardi Gras
fall. We
beads,
do
all right?
if we want to keep doing it, we do the parlay every Friday during
Yeah,
football
buddy.
season.
Yeah.
Whoever has the best picks that week.
Like it. We're gonna kill it. What's what is the funniest and worst?
The Eagles are not at home, by the way.
Dang, so you don't even get the benefit of that.
They wouldn't be at home if
They're
they're
going to Arrowhead that week.
My thought was like, okay, Jalen Hurts will be there, bringing some Eagles fans, but he ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm like, if there's a college game on Saturday, the NFL team's not playing on
I know.
Sunday, right?
Unless it was turf, then
unless it was turf, then maybe. But yeah, what's the worst fantasy football punishment?
You'll have to
Or
watch the
funniest?
entire season of Love Island.
Ooh.
Of what?
I could do
Love
that.
Island.
Taylor would love to do that though.
No, so Victoria's been watching it. I love Love is Blind. This one's too cringe.
It's
All right,
super
so
cringe.
so give me the breakdown. Is this like the old school Temptation Island used to be
So-
on Fox?
Maybe I don't know what Temptation Island is,
Where
but
basically
it's
they
basically
tried to get the person to cheat on the other person. It's couples.
kind of. So like they're all on an island in Fiji, and it's a bunch of strangers, and they all couple up on the first night, and then they're also still exploring other connections. So it gets very messy because they start like people get jealous, people are like dating other people right in front of their faces, like kissing them and stuff like that. So it gets very messy. And then the host who was on Vanderpump Rules, I don't know if y'all know Vanderpump Rules, but she was on there.
Which one?
Ariana Maddox.
Okay.
So she'll come in. By the way, full disclosure, I'm watching this because everybody around me is watching it, and I feel like I need to watch it. And y'all know I love trash TV, but this is too trashy for me. So they all just start like dating each other, and it gets, I don't know, it gets very, very messy. And the host, like, she'll do challenges, and you have to like pick a new couple in front of the couple that you're already with, and they all sleep like, you sleep in the same bed as your couple. So they're all in a room.
And the lights go down on Love Island.
They're all
Jake.
in a they're
Oh
all
my
in the
God.
same room with like a bunch of little beds.
It's
and
like a
they're all,
bunkhouse, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all sleeping in the same bed with their couple. And then there's so it's
Makes
so
this
funny. It's so funny because sometimes you'll lose your couple and then they're like, you are now single and vulnerable. And I'm like,
jeez.
I'd be like, hell,
I'm
I
like,
get to sleep in this
relatable.
bed by myself. Let's go.
I know. I think that's the one thing I wouldn't be able to do that show because I don't like to like sleep in the same room as other people.
I don't know
or
if
bed.
you noticed it. First episode, this is the only one I watched.
It's horrible.
Like, the girls are standing on like these little platform things or whatever. And I think guys did it too. I don't know. When I'm in the room, the girls are standing on platforms. They'll pull up the guy and they'll be like, hey, good news. You get to pick 2 people to go kiss.
Yeah.
And they have to go up there and kiss them on the cheek. I'm like, you're 35 years old.
But it's
Are we
just
at
so
a middle
cringe.
school spin the bottle party? Like, what in the hell is going on right
It's
now?
also just like a very cringe.
Yeah, it's
like
bad.
everybody on the show is so embarrassing. And I get secondhand embarrassment. And I'm like, do people like this really exist?
I don't love any of this.
No.
Yeah.
So I think that should be your punishment. If you lose fantasy football, you have to watch the entire season of
I was
Love
gonna say
Island.
like you gotta get a tattoo that says Wolfpack.
Ooh. Kind of like that too.
You were asking about worst fantasy
What?
punishments. Saw one last fall. These guys posted it on Instagram. They got their friend. They looked like any flight in the country, and they're like, what is the smallest town you can fly into in the country? And they had to fly in and spend like a week there in that town. Couldn't leave.
Wow.
It's like a random. I don't even remember where they went, but I mean, it was in the middle of nowhere.
In Iowa, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
I
chat, if
don't
y'all
hate
have
that.
like good punishments that y'all have either done or seen,
You don't like
we
the
want to
wolf
hear about
tattoo?
it. I mean, I don't like anything that's like forever. So we did a really good one a couple years ago.
Or let me draw. If you lose, I draw the tattoo, and you just got to blind
it's not
get it.
happening. No, I'm not tattooing.
I would trust you.
You shouldn't.
I would.
But you shouldn't.
I'll get it tattooed right here on the chest.
It's not. It's going. It might go from your chest to your neck. If it's
I'm gonna
be,
look like AJ McCarron.
Yeah, maybe so.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a good punishment a couple years ago in our fantasy football league. Unfortunately, the loser never did it because it was COVID. But the loser of the league had to go sign up, pay for, and take the ACT and post his score to his social medias. So I was like, this is like the greatest idea ever.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, they weren't doing the ACTs.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't go to a public place, and we never came back to it. But I think that's something we should circle back around to.
Yeah.
Show people like how like dumb you are as an adult. Take the ACT or SAT in there with a bunch of 17-year-olds.
So I saw somebody do it, but they had to go.
The government might give me money. My score would be so low. If I took the ACT, I think.
Government assistance.
So bad.
They made them take the ACT, but they had to get a certain score, and if they didn't, they had to retake it until they got the score that was So it was bad.
Oh, that'd be really bad.
And
Do
I
y'all
remember
remember?
it wasn't crazy high, but it wasn't low either. I mean, it was probably like, I don't know what, 24, 25. So I mean, like,
If I'd have got a 24,
kinda
25,
right in the
I
middle.
would have had a
Let's
block.
go.
That's for the ACT. That's a good
Yeah.
score.
Yeah, I think they had to get a 24.
That is a
Oof.
good score.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
like
get
a
that
20,
ever. There's
yeah.
no point in my life. There was no peak that was reaching
Do y'all
24.
remember the pacer test?
No.
The pacer test where it's like you have to run from one line to the other, and it's like somebody's counting. Wait, let me look up because he's like.
All right, I need some information.
What did you?
But
get
also
on
you
the
do like
ACT?
different,
20.
like the fitness gram.
I took it my freshman summer going into my sophomore year. And then
Alondra, were you SAT? So I took SAT. growing
I
up
took
in Texas.
both.
You took both?
Both.
Why?
Do y'all remember this?
It's a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively
Do y'all
gets
remember
more
this or no?
difficult
Hold on,
as
let me
it
hear it.
continues.
Yeah.
The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you
Is this
hear
a Texas
sound.
thing?
Remember to run in a
I've
straight
never
line
heard of
and
Wait,
run
okay.
as long as possible.
Taylor, have you heard of this?
No.
The second time
Oh, maybe
you
it's a
fail to
Texas
complete
thing.
a
I
lap
mean, it
before
sounds
the sound,
familiar,
your
but
test is over. The test
It's
will
a
begin
fitness
It's like
test. You had
scratching
to
some
do.
sort of like nostalgia,
On
but I don't know
your
if it's
mark,
from like.
Get ready.
It's the same voice as
Start.
that one classic rock song where he just talks. All
Yeah. And you're running.
Okay.
To the beat.
Yeah. Well, you're just running, and you have to make it to the line
One.
by the time that little chime goes off, and then you have to run to the next line. And it gets faster every
okay.
time. So it's like a fitness test that you had to take in PE. And you also had to do like a trunk test to
So
like.
you kind of run suicides a little
Yes,
bit.
yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But they're like all the kids have to do it, and they're timing you, and it's like a fitness
Yeah,
test, and you have
yeah.
to make sure.
You got, like, the
I thought everybody
presidential
had
award,
to. Yeah,
you know,
I thought
that
everybody
deal.
had to do it.
No, I didn't, but I like it. I might make my kids do that when I get home.
That's why all us Texans were in such good shape.
Hey,
Yeah.
my man Bilbo in all caps, he said, "Did we just call a 25 a good score on the ACT?"
It is.
Absolutely.
I think the
called
highest is a
25.
32.
I got a 20. What'd you
Isn't
get?
that perfect?
What'd you get?
I didn't take it. I took the SAT.
Oh, that's what.
The
Yeah.
highest you can get's a 36.
I think
Yeah.
I got like a 1080
Let
on the
me
SAT,
get- let
which
me
was
get a
not-
So
25.
I got on the ACT, I got a 21, and that was after 4 tries. I'm not scared to
Whoa.
admit it.
Not bad.
I did
What's your
both
first try?
one try.
18, 19, 19, 21.
There we go.
At 21, I was
That's a
like,
big
look,
jump.
this is clearly the best we're
Yeah.
going to do.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
move
yeah.
It's a
on.
big jump.
So
I was one
mine
and done.
was 20, but to be fair, I was severely underprepared and I didn't have a calculator. So the entire math and science part I had to do
It's less
without a
than ideal.
calculator.
Going in
Yeah.
there without the
Still
old
got a 20,
calculator. Yeah.
but I think the highest you can get is like a 32 or something. So I think 25 is a really good score.
What'd you get on the SAT?
I don't remember.
So I didn't go out of state, so I didn't take the SAT.
Right. I was 1080 on the SAT. I think 1600 was perfect.
Yeah.
But I think you got like 600 points just for like spelling your name right and like doing all the other stuff. But I remember I got like almost perfect on the math part, but
Yeah.
like, you know, the
Wait,
reading.
so the
writing-
I hate the reading
What
and
was
like,
your score?
huh?
Where's your score?
1080.
Oh, I don't know where that.
1080.
Somebody in the chat said Zach Morris got a 1500 on his SAT. Remember that?
36
episode?
is the highest you can get.
Okay,
but
the
still.
average SAT score around 1050. So
Ooh,
you're just above average.
mine
you
was
go.
like
Yeah.
11 something.
Boom.
But I don't remember exactly.
See, the
but-
math part, like, it scratches the itch for people that see squirrels a lot. Like,
Yeah.
So usually math, but like when you get to the reading comprehension, this was like I was an undiagnosed squirrel seer at the time.
Undiagnosed squirrel seer.
So
a non-medicated squirrel seer at the point.
So yeah, that part I got pretty much a 0 on. There's a lot of stuff.
Shout
happening.
out
I was
to my,
really bad at
shout
math.
out to my son Jackson. He's a
Shout out
freshman. He
Jackson.
got a perfect score in the leap.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
what
what I'm
leap.
talking
What is
about.
leap?
It's a Louisiana test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like tax?
Probably.
Yeah.
Louisiana,
Standardized
educational.
test, end of the year.
I don't know.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. Louisiana,
Leap.
educational. Adrian Peterson. Sports show.
Even though he's from Texas.
It's fine.
32, you get a ton for just writing your name. That's where half my points came from. Half my 20.
It's the same with the SAT. If you fill it all out correctly.
Honestly, for sports, I think you only had to get a 17. Am I wrong in that? I think it was 17.
I think to come to LSU
To get a
I think it was
scholarship.
17.
Yeah. So, joke's
I
on
think
you.
I took.
Our
I think
school
I
got
was,
paid for.
I was part of a handful of kids. They asked to take the SAT in like 7th grade, just like as like exploratory.
Yeah.
And I got like I don't know, it's like a 760 or something.
I don't know what that means.
The national average for ACT is 20 to 21. So we're all
Okay,
average.
we're
average.
average. Right there.
We're
Let's go.
average, which we are okay with.
Yeah.
We're average.
I like to be a little
when you're in,
above
the lower
average, but it's
percentile,
fine.
That's when you gotta worry.
I did it
I
without
mean,
a calculator.
Taylor was below average 3 times. Then got to average. on the board.
That's very true. But it's all what you do at the end.
Yes.
It's not how you
You
start, it's how
finish
you
strong.
finish.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Finish, Matt.
You're mentally tough.
Look, I
like
took
the
it
LSU
four-
Tigers.
I took it 4 times. My fourth quarter was the best.
That's right.
Boom.
You won in the
fours
fourth
up.
quarter. Get
literally
them
took
up.
each
up.
once.
Throw
Get
'em
them up
up.
for Tay-Tay,
What they
baby.
say? What they say?
Average.
Throw the fours
Average.
up.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Average.
There you go. Average Tay-Tay. All right, we will take a break. More OTB as we get you ready for the weekend. Coming back on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
You know who's not average? Trash Rangers.
Trash Rangers.
Didn't
Big
take them
red
4
trucks.
times. They get it done the first time. Go to the website, trashrangers.com. That number, 225-612-2477. Give them a call today. If you're looking for a roll-off dumpster on your project, at your home, at your business, you tell them what you're looking to get done. We have this much that we're going to need to get rid of, and they make sure you have the right size dumpster on your project. Again, you can go to the website, find all that information at trashrangers.com. That number to give them a call, 225-612-2477.
The big red trash bins, the big red trucks. When it comes to dealing with trash, when it comes to hauling trash, picking up trash, reminding you about trash, there is no company better than Trash Rangers. That's trashrangers.com. See how they can help you. Residential, commercial, trash pickup, roll-off dumpsters, whatever it is. Go to their website, see their 5-star reviews, see their customer reviews. Go visit them today, trashrangers.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Everybody get up.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. I figured since, we got a couple Texans here on the show with Flynn and Alondra, how about this? Texas State, San Marcos, right?
Yeah.
All right. They are going to
Pac-12?
move to the Pac-12. That is expected. So if that happens, and I know, right? Like, imagine telling
What?
college-age Matt Flynn that Texas State's going to be in the Pac-12 one day. But that is the expected move. And so if that does happen, in 2026, the state of Texas will have FBS teams in the ACC, the American, the Big 12, Conference USA, the Mountain West, the Pac-12, and the SEC, only missing, because Texas State's leaving, the Sun Belt, the Big 10, and MACtion.
That feels dumb. That feels real dumb.
So stupid.
Yep.
I don't say that's the S word. I don't use that.
So
my
you're gonna
kids listen.
have-
I'm sorry. I don't say that word.
What?
You just
Stupid?
Yeah.
Is that like
we don't
some-
like to say that word. It's a bad word.
What?
What do you say?
Dumb.
Because what's the difference?
What are we doing?
Say
I don't
ignorant.
know. Let's keep going.
All right.
He's like, bad thought. Move on.
Bad thought.
Not great.
Anyway.
Texas State was. So what are they in right now?
They're in the Sun Belt.
They're in the
Little
Sun
Fun
Belt.
Belt. Yep. And I believe that I saw a report that Louisiana Tech got denied entry into the Sun Belt. They were trying.
Yeah.
I think that's on
Why?
that's on Louisiana Tech though, because they had an opportunity years ago, and they tried to not go into the same conference as ULL and ULM. I think they thought like CUSA, Conference USA, was like a step above, even though really the Sun Belt was more competitive. And they had an opportunity. They didn't take it then, and I guess the Sun Belt's like, no,
Yeah.
remember, because we do.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'll say this. San Marcos is very, very far from the Pacific coast.
Yeah.
Like, very far.
Yeah.
The closest coast to it is the Gulf Coast.
Texas has some beaches.
Yeah, well, they say they're not
great ones.
beaches.
I mean,
they say I've never been
There's
to
sand
a beach.
and water.
They're Santa Water. South
meets
Padre.
it meets the qualifications technically.
Look,
Taylor and
Carson
Jake-
Daly used to go to South Padre every summer.
Taylor and Jake think that I've never been to a beach before because I've only been to like Corpus and South Padre Island.
I think you've been to a beach.
You've been to a beach.
I
It's
think
just
Y'all.
I think T was like heavy on the. You've
Yeah.
never been on a beach.
I've never been to a beach apparently.
I will say like my favorite beaches are in the Panhandle area.
Yeah.
Because
Florida.
those are like the nicest ones. Like California beaches, they got cool like cliffs and hills and rocks, but the beaches themselves not great.
Yeah, I can see them being dirty.
Yeah, cold as hell.
Yeah, I mean the Panhandle. Yeah, you got the
To her
white
point
sand,
about
green water.
San Marcos not being close to the Pacific, how about friggin' Stanford and Cal being in the Atlantic Coastal Conference?
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's
just to me
this is a step too far. Like all of this is just it's a step too far.
What do we do?
Like get Stanford and Cal, swallow your pride, go back to the Pac-12. You're never going to win anything in the ACC. It makes no sense to travel as far as y'all are.
And we talk about like the people on the West Coast joining the ACC, and we talk about all the other sports outside of football and their budgetary and how are they going to get there and the travel and the playing multiple games a week.
Yeah.
But at least a lot of those schools are bigger schools with higher budgets. At least, like I have a hard time believing Texas State can fly volleyball, tennis, like fly all these people out there multiple times back and forth.
It's
I mean,
insane.
that's right. I mean, it's insane, right?
It makes no sense to me, like at all. So what do we even have conferences
What's
for?
the Pac-12, like the new Pac-12 think
Right,
they're
'cause-
gaining from Texas State? And I'm not trying to throw shade
Well,
towards them, but it's not like they're in like a
No,
major TV market or anything.
100%. Like, and also, again, you're going from the Sun Belt, which there are people that care about it,
Yeah.
but not as strongly as like maybe the SEC or the ACC or even like schools that are currently in the Pac-12. But it just, yeah, what do you gain from it? And it makes no sense. And what do we even have conferences for now if they're not? Like, again, Texas State is nowhere near the Pacific Coast. It doesn't make any sense.
I think at this point, the Pac-12 is just trying to gain teams.
Just anything.
Well,
So, like,
obviously,
here's their-
but like,
here's
enter
their
the
teams.
raffle. We'll pull a name out.
Oregon State,
Dan.
Washington
like,
State,
that does
Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State, Fresno State, and now Texas State. That's okay. That's not an
Holy
elite conference.
states.
Yeah, everything in there. Yeah, like that's
Everything's
not
a
an elite
state.
conference. Every one of them.
Oregon State, Washington State, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, Texas State. Maybe that's why they added them. They wouldn't hit the bingo card.
Just be the state. Just be the state conference.
Whoa.
The State 12.
Gonzaga is also a non-football member,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have a football team.
Of the logistics behind
yeah, makes
all
sense.
sports year long, traveling to play on a Thursday, like how does that even, like financially speaking for Texas State? Like I'm sure they got good alumni and boosters, but good Lord.
So
I mean, despite it is a beautiful campus. It's in the Hill Country, one of like my top places to go.
Same.
It's so
gosh.
good.
Same.
Come
And
on.
how about
Like
this?
Texas?
Love the Hill Country.
How about this for the Mountain West now? Because a lot of those teams are probably like,
Yeah.
well, what's the Mountain West now? So the football members, it looks like Air Force, UNLV, Nevada, New Mexico, San Jose State, Wyoming, Hawaii, UTEP. Non-football members, UC Davis, Grand Canyon, and football-only member, because when I think mountains, I think Northern Illinois.
Oh, well.
I mean, yeah, why not? The
You
Huskies.
saying that?
Big mountain country.
Unbelievable.
I missed that one. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Say what?
Like, what are we doing?
I don't
What
get it.
are we doing? I mean, it's not just these conferences. I mean, like when the Big Ten added Oregon and UCLA, like, you know, kind of going back, at least the SEC, at least like you can start in one state, drive to every SEC school, and
Yeah.
not go into a state where there's not an SEC school.
Right.
Like at least it's like the map still has some integrity to it.
Except maybe Missouri.
Jeez, well, we go through Arkansas.
Yeah, you do, but like, I just,
Right, I'm with you.
saying like
I'm
if
with
there
you.
was one team
sure.
that I would be like, meh, it would
For
be
sure,
them.
for
But
sure.
yes, I
Flynn
I agree.
still doesn't know they're in the SEC.
Who?
Exactly.
Missouri. Missouri.
I will never, ever recognize them as an SEC football team. Sorry. I mean, at this point, you know, it's just like being stubborn.
Shout
What
out
about
Drink,
Oklahoma?
though. Shout out Drink.
You got to
That's my
draw a
guy.
line in the sand at some point. You got to stand for. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Okay.
Took me a second there.
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
mean,
help you, but I saw you. Yeah.
Short
I was.
circuit.
It was. Yeah. You ain't gonna fool me twice.
Yeah. Now watch this draft.
Now watch this draft.
Well, we can't get fooled again.
That Shout out Texas State, I guess. But, yeah, that one makes no – like, I would –
Good for them.
For me, like, I am much more intrigued with the Sun Belt than I am the Mountain West and the Pac-12 because, like, those teams are in, like, a region for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, a bulk of those teams are in a region. They've got, like, you know, times they can pull from the past out of rivalry situations. Like, nobody's getting fired up for Texas State and Colorado State.
No.
You know?
And honestly, like you
Or
can look
Northern
at it,
Illinois and Hawaii. Oh, man, that's going to be a hell of a game. What?
They are
You're going to have
far
Hawaii
from each
travel
other.
to Illinois in
they
November?
have to leave 3 days before the game. You know how long that is? I mean, the Pac-12 though, like
72
basketball
hours.
conference not bad. Football conference awful.
Can you imagine just like the diving team having to fly all that way? Just for like a little
dive.
Like a dive
Yeah.
dip?
Just dip in the pool, get
Yeah.
right back out.
It just
you
it doesn't
travel
make
that,
any
you do
sense.
2 dives.
Yeah. And then you got to go thousands of
messed
miles
up. I belly
back to
flopped my
Hawaii.
first dive. I got cut the first round. Whoops.
That's not good.
That is insane. It just doesn't make sense to me. But you say, like, what does that do for the Pac-12? I also kind of don't get what it does for Texas State either.
Yeah, I would think that now, like, depending on TV deals, like dollars and cents of it, I know the Pac-12 has a deal.
Oh, I guess that's
the
yeah.
new,
the
new
TV deals.
Yeah,
the
that's
new,
true.
The new Pac-12 has a deal with the CW between Dawson's Creek and Seventh Heaven, and then they've got another
Kyle
one.
XY.
Gosh, yeah, they got another network that's tied to the CW package for the
Okay.
Pac-12, and so that's why they would do it, even though still,
Fair.
like, for the fans. I'm sure
Right,
they
how
would
many
much
people
rather
are-
go drive and watch them play ULL than they would want to watch them play Colorado State.
I would think so.
Would you rather watch that or Oklahoma versus Temple?
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, for sure.
Better known as Pacey's Creek. All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back here at 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
I go to rouses.com. Once you go to the website there, you can pull up all the weekly specials that they have. I mean, it's literally right there on the homepage of the website. Click on weekly ad. It's going to pull up everything that they've got going on. It's going to pull up all the specials right there in front of you. And we tell you all the time, man, me and Matt had a great time a couple of weeks ago going to hang out. We took full advantage of the specials. Like right now, you can get Lorianne peaches for only $3.77 a pound. You can save on Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up, Rouse's sparkling mineral water, 3 for $10. You can save up to $7.97 on a deal like that. Chicken wings, only $1.97 a pound. Go to your local Rouse's today.
Whatever you need, go to their website. If you're stocking up to cook this weekend, you're grilling out, maybe you're getting some refreshments, some food, some snacks for a baseball tournament this weekend, whatever it is, go to their website, see where your closest Rouse's is. Visit Rouse's today.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come pick you with you. You'll be my American boy. He said, hey.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge here. Friday morning, couple more segments here.
I'd like to say something here.
Oh, no.
We're a little over 1 week away from one of the greatest sports events all year long. Next Saturday starts the Tour de France. Y'all know I've been dying to talk about this. I can't wait to come into the studio and do the show, and we're going to figure out how to get the Tour de France on. Right on that TV. And I can feel it. I can feel you, Alondra. You're excited. You're excited with me.
I could not be more excited.
Can I tell you?
I moved my microphone because I knew
I know
it was
you
coming.
did. Oh, I know you did.
I could
so
not
look,
be more excited.
We have an ultimate matchup coming. So in the last 5 years, only 2 people have won Le Tour. Okay, so we got the top rider in the world, Tadej Pogačar, with Team UAE, Team Emirates. He won last year, but the 2 years before that, his rival Jonas Vingegaard won 2 years in a row. And then Tadej had won the year 2 years before that. So the last 5, Tadej Pogačar 3, Jonas Vingegaard 2. They're going again head-to-head this year. 2 of the greatest teams, the 2 greatest riders, head-to-head, battle for the yellow jersey.
Early prediction, who we got?
I'm a big Tadej fan. Now, it's kind of like, being a fan of the best player, But for multiple years, so like Tadej Pogačar, he won as a young rider. He won in 2020 and 2021, and like at the time, like the other team. Oh, Jake, what are you doing? Push-ups. He's doing push-ups. All right. So like at that time, Jonas Vingegaard, he was on the team with the biz. It's like the Dodgers. They had the most money. They could go buy the best players. Blah blah blah. So they built a team basically to defeat Tadej by himself, and their team did not have the budget. So it was basically the best rider versus the best team, so you won, and the best team won 2 years in a row. So Tadej's team had to say, all right, we got this. We got to spend some money. They came back, built their team up to take them on. Last year was a collision course. Boom! It was exciting. Tadej.
What's his last name?
Pogačar.
Hate to tell you, I'm for the Vingegaard guy. His name's cooler.
Jonas Vingegaard.
Cool name.
From Denmark. Tadej from Slovenia.
Ooh, Slovenians are tough though. So
and they got it. I think
Eastern European, known for the grit.
Yeah,
and I think I'm not updated on their current rosters right now, but Jonas Vingegaard, he did have a top American on his team, so not a big deal.
Honestly, it's not. You're right.
So if we're talking random sports, UFC 317 this
That's
weekend,
not random though.
But it's not what we usually talk about.
Right.
And I'm
get ready
hyped up
get
about
ready
this
for
one.
Le Tour talk.
Oh gosh.
Hey, take that energy that your brain uses for the tour
Le
and
Tour.
for the PGA Tour, and I need you to throw that college football's way.
It's got it.
Throw all that into Cade Klubnik.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get one breakdown.
Yeah. Can we just get breakdown?
Look, I've been underestimated my whole life. All right, biggity. Told you I got the jitter. I got big jitters right
Biggity.
now. I've had a lot of coffee.
He already changed it to biggity.
Yeah, I do like biggity though. Biggity.
Yeah.
UFC.
Like Family Guy.
What number are we on right now?
317.
Yeah, because 318's the big one.
318's the big one.
Yeah.
I will be at
You got credentialed,
UFC
right?
318. I did.
That's awesome.
I did it like I was like on a whim. Let me try to get approved for like a media account. So I like you have to get approved for an account first, and then you can request a credential. And I waited like 3 weeks to get approved for the credential, and I finally got it, and I was like, let's go.
Absolutely.
I sent it to y'all like immediately. But 317 tomorrow, the main card is Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Ilia Topuria is probably, like, to me, about to become the face of the UFC. Like, he is entertaining.
Yeah.
He's a well-rounded fighter. He's all the things that you need. He moved up in weight class, so that's kind of what you need in the UFC right now, so I'm excited about it. He is a heavy favorite, minus 440 in the fight.
Ooh, he's minus 440?
Mm-hmm. Oliveira's plus 340. I was telling y'all during the break.
Oliveira's a little bit older.
Yeah. Yes. And I was telling y'all during the break that by decision, Oliveira by decisions like plus 1750, I think it was last I looked.
Yeah, because you're probably thinking if he wins, it's going to be by knockout.
Yeah. Well, I actually
What's that
think
number?
that
That number's probably still pretty high.
it is.
I would bet it's
let me
somewhere
go
around
look.
800.
So
OTB bet?
Yeah, I may have to sprinkle a little bit on Oliveira.
let's sprinkle.
I kind of want to put. So
Those
I kind of
odds.
want to put.
$5 a person.
We'll crop dust it.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll do it.
Well, 20 pieces.
I do think Topuria takes it, but
That's Topuria?
Nope.
Topuria's on
Yep.
the left. Yeah,
Do it.
Oliveira's on the right.
The T in his chest probably gave it away.
My Spanish king, which he's actually like
What a
Georgian.
tattoo.
That's actually
Wow. It's like a split tiger's face.
I do
His
love
face?
Charles Oliveira though. Like I'm a really big Oliveira fan. But
He's been in the game a long time.
Yes, but like in terms of newer people, I really like Topuria. Him and Patty, the Batty, are probably the two most entertaining newish people on there. Let's see what knockout for Oliveira is.
Yeah, because that's what I think we need to sprinkle.
Topuria to win by knockout is minus 175. Oliveira to win by knockout is plus 1100.
Let's do that one.
We
By
may have to do
decision,
Let's do that
by
one.
decision's down to 1400.
Let's do the plus 1100 thing.
Okay, we could do to Oliveira by knockout plus 1100.
Perfect.
I'm down with that.
Little 20-piece shared bet here.
How much would we win on 20?
Let's
So what did you say the final number was?
plus 1100.
All right, it's just 20 times 11.
240.
Yeah.
We'd win 240 if we put 20 on it.
Not bad.
All right.
Get a couple burgers with that.
Man, where are you getting your burgers from?
I said a couple. I mean,
A
a
lot of
There you
burgers.
go, there you
A
go.
lot of
A lot of
burgers.
For supper club, I guess.
No, somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like,
Man.
it's
Some
like
Wagyu burgers.
Yeah.
Like, like Coach O's interview, and he said, talking about his bio, he's like, yeah, a bunch of cheeseburgers.
I mean,
he's living his best life.
Not a bad way to spend your
Not a
buyout
bad
money.
way. Hell yeah.
Living his best life.
I do feel like these lines are kind of disrespectful to Oliveira, though.
I do too, man.
Like,
I know he's on the other side of it.
But he's still.
beaten
I
some
mean,
dogs.
his fight against Chandler was the last fight that
Yeah.
he had. That went to a decision, but it was like an incredibly entertaining fight. So, like, I get it, but
What is he,
these
minus- like the-
lines feel very disrespectful to Oliveira.
Topuria's minus odds
But I
for
do-
knockout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
See, like,
yeah.
that's-
He's minus 175.
Like, that's big odds for a knockout.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Oliveira's like a submission artist, so
Yeah.
like that might be the best bet. That one is plus 750, so not as
We'll finalize.
like not a lot of juice on that one, but still
I mean,
some
plus
juice.
750 is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
You want,
it's more than we had before.
I mean, these lines feel disrespectful.
you want to talk about betting lines, guys. Hope you're sitting down.
Oh, God.
Tadej Pogacar. Minus 250 to
Ooh.
win the Tour de France. Whoa!
More push-ups.
Are you kidding me? Jonas Vingegaard, plus 220. Oof. With a chance of, like, bike wrecks, you know? You might have to take an
All right, we
underdog
just
there.
got a y'all are stupid in the chat trying to figure out why. Probably because he keeps bringing up Tour de France, but it is what it
Maybe
is.
because we're taking a plus 1,100 bet.
That's probably.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously, not about the Tour de France
I'm not
because you got to be classy to like
I'm not
that.
saying that that's what's going to happen because I don't think that's what's going to happen. But if you want something with some juice with the possibility, I would plus 750. I don't know if that's enough for y'all, but
I'll take that.
We'll take it. Yeah. All right, we'll take our last break of the show. But before we do, I want to remind you about our friends over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, everything is available. Now is the perfect time to check out that rental department because it's per day rental prices. And if you're going on vacation, you need something different than what you currently have, call Miss Lisa Sessions today in that rental department. Close it out here on OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, G-E-A-U-X, Tommies, that's Tommy with a Y.com. Speaking of bets, you know the best bet?
Tommy's?
To win an award. 2025, in the Advocate, best windows.
Every single year, right?
Well, they've won the Angie Super Service Award every year since 2016. That's real banners there.
Not just
as Nacho Man said, that is like when the Braves went on a 14-year run of winning the NL East.
Just got to stack championships.
Which they did.
Yeah, that's what they do over at Tommy's. Go to their website. Check them out. See their testimonials. See their gallery. See what they do. Give them a call today. See how they can help you. Help your home. Make it more energy efficient. What are you laughing? Not laughing at Tommy's. I know that.
No, but I could tell that you ran out of gas when I threw out the 15. And you're
it gets him so nervous. He's like, oh, my God.
Like
you know who doesn't get nervous? Tommy. Tommy and the team. Go Tommies.com.
There it is. The extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
I gotta let Jacob cook for a second.
Let that boy cook.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, final segment of the week here.
How is your energy going into the weekend now?
It's great. I got great energy because I'm about to tell the people about Elite Training Academy, EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com. Sign up for your flag football team at EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com. NFL flag football registration, it's live. The Hester teams, they'll be there. The Flynn teams, whether they likes it or not, they'll be there. So sign up, compete, go beat Flynn's team. EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com.
Rude.
Just trying to create some juice. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just seeing how you're doing.
Doing great.
That's it.
Doing great. Doing great.
Y'all got some big plans this weekend?
Yeah. Harlow turned 2 last weekend, but we had 1,000 things going on. So the bash is tomorrow.
That's right. The thing that you were decorating during the College World Series.
Yeah, the birthday bash.
What's the
Is
theme?
tomorrow. Circus.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so my house is turned into a circus.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks good too.
So
what you showed me.
Yeah, we're
I'm excited. I'm
baby girl gets it all. She gets
Oh,
all
yeah.
of it.
She's got
whatever
to.
all of it is. Harlow gets it.
I'm upset that I cannot make it. I don't even think I sent my RSVP in. For me personally.
I mean, does anybody?
No, shouldn't.
Nobody
People don't
RSVPs
RSVP.
anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
They just
honest.
usually text each other.
Like, so
Say
bro.
bye.
Hey,
I ain't
I'll
gonna
be
here.
there.
Consider this my RSVP.
Probably too late.
I'll be in
by now.
Orlando.
Ask the bench,
I don't wanna
what
be.
kind of tier list do we have on the docket for this dead period before football starts?
Yeah.
I would love to bring back tier list season, but here's the deal. If we bring it back, all 4 of us have to be committed to the science. And we
Okay.
have to be committed to giving our real, honest, raw opinions, and we can't just say, that's fine, throw it up there.
I have no problem giving my opinion on stuff.
I'm committed.
I don't believe that.
You're committed?
Yep.
Committed?
I'm like,
Committed.
this
Yeah,
is-
man.
All right.
Wolfpack.
That's right, Wolfpack, throw it up. Wolfpack, let's go.
Consider this the scene from Rudy where I'm putting my jersey on the table
All right.
for the tier list.
Yeah, apparently Rudy, that never happened according to Joe Montana. So
Yeah, I don't think a lot of his teammates are big fans.
yeah. Favorite way to eat crabs?
Like,
What?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'll tell you,
Question.
my favorite version of crab is crab cakes. How about that?
Crab cakes.
I think
Good
that's a
one.
better
Ain't no
way to
cake
ask
in
that.
that crab cake, boss.
That's right. There's not. In case you're confused.
Absolutely no cake in
In
it.
case you're confused, no cake in it, actually.
Like they put crab in like sushi rolls.
Yeah.
I like that. I hot take here. I know in South Louisiana, I'm not the biggest fan of crab boils because like I'd much rather crawfish boil just because it's just a pain.
Well, yeah, it's easier to eat.
It's like
fish boil.
it's not a big reward either. Like if you do it good.
Yeah. Ask the bench. Logan Paul loaned his $5 million PSA 10 Pikachu to Fanatics Fest for them to display it, and someone messed with the case and knocked it over.
Ooh.
How mad would you be? $5 million?
People have no respect.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
that it's in a
handcuffing that puppy to me in a briefcase.
I've
a
seen him.
bulletproof.
I've seen him have it on his like a chain where it connects to his chain. But I'm sure it's got like protection on him. That's why you get it in those cases and graded so it protects it.
In the slabs.
In the slab. There
Yeah.
you go. That a girl.
Look at you. What song do you listen to before a game to get hyped up? Shadow of the Sun by Audioslave.
Great one.
Shadow in the Sun was my last song I listened to before I took the field from 2005 all the way through 2015.
Mine, that was my bus song. So right before you got off the bus to walk down Victory Hill, me and Brett Helms would share an earbud-like situation, and we listened to that before we got off the bus.
What a week this was.
Full week.
Electric Factory.
Another full week next week. We'll see you then.
Off the bench.
It's not a full week. We have Friday off.
Yeah, but Flynn's going to be here for
Oh,
a full
okay,
week,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that feels like a full week here.
Fair.
Happy birthday, America.
Yeah.
And K to Z.
That's not their birthday. Go to ktozblinds.com. KTOZ Blinds. It could be. GoFlow.com. Brandon Barton and the team going to know your space better than you know your space. Brandon was in studio yesterday. Always a pleasure to catch up with him. And it was funny. We're doing a testimonial deal. And then at the end of it, I'm like, hey, I got this front door. And it's like not a lot of privacy. It's, glass front doors. And we got like a curtain situation because like we closed it. We just don't want people looking into our home. He's like, I got you. I was like trying to explain, like, continue my conversation. Like, what was it? I got you.
I got you, dude.
I got you. Like, You're good. You said enough. I know exactly what to do.
Say less, do less. Let them do more. They are experts at making your house more energy efficient, better privacy, keep your house cooler. Call them. Go to their website, brand new website, k2zblinds.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all